Yep, I'm talking. They can hear me, can they? Yeah, Steve is apologising now, and he's just realised that whilst he's apologising, you can't hear him apologising. So he's asked me to pass on
So you should be able
his
to hear us
apologies.
both now. I do apologise. I was set up for battle streams in Middle Earth, obviously, and not on Top Table Gaming, and it is a faff to mess around. So I do apologise. As I said, we are here to review and have a first look at Defence of the North. There's been a big hoo-ha in the last few days about the releases. All good from my side.
Just seen all good now. They can hear us now.
Awesome. I have purposely... I've had a flick through this, and obviously I've seen chatter on Facebook and everything about it, but I've purposely not gone in depth with it. I want to do a lot of stuff and read a lot of stuff live tonight and get a live reaction to most of it. It's been quite hard to avoid, though. Damien, thoughts on the pre-orders? Happy with what we've seen? And
it's been a very exciting weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the main thing. It's been a super weekend. It must be the biggest SBG release weekend in a very long time, right?
It's been
bigger than Fall.
Yeah, it's been
bigger than Fallen Necromancer, right? In terms of the amount of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's bigger than Fallen Necromancer as well, in the sense that with Fallen Necromancer, even though we did get a lot of competitive stuff in there, I think a lot of the narrative-minded players were looking forward to that more than the competitive. Whereas this bad boy, I think a lot of the competitive, I think everyone was on board with getting hold of this when it came out. So yeah, it was.
And we got new book, a ton of new releases and a ton of re-releases all on the same day.
Really good re-releases as well.
What a happy Saturday. Did you, obviously, I know some of your stuff arrived a smidgen early, but
yeah.
What have you got your hands on from that or from any of the re-releases?
So I'm very, very fortunate. Obviously, I got my hands on the book, which was, thank you very much to Games Workshop for sending me that early. I also got, which I've put videos up for, the Dale Windlance, the Dale Commander set, the Golden Emperor, and the Black Dragons, which I have to say, my Black Dragon video is already out there, and I do say it in the video. Those models, special models, very good. So good, in fact. I think they are probably my favourite models that have been released in the past 2 years. And that's coming from someone who isn't a massive Easterlings fan. They just look so good. They're so good. And just as a bit of a thing, I've built them. I built them for the unboxing, and I have all this left. So there's one sprue with 2 arms and a sword on it, shield and the top of a banner, loads of swords, arms, different positions, different bends on the elbows, more arms, loads of bits in the kit. Really good. So you're going to get lots of flexibility on your builds for the poses. Very, very good. I've also got the Emperor, which is an unboxing, which I'm hoping is going to come tomorrow or Tuesday, which would be cool. What about yourself? Have you picked anything up from the pre-orders?
Yeah, so I got the book. I got the dice. Don't play Easterlings, but I think you can see them there. That's the dice.
Do you keep all your dice together on the shelf? Because that's what mine.
Yeah, I'm putting them right now.
Yeah, they're just off shot on here. You see.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're just.
What does it need to go that way?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look, there's 8 dice.
Yeah.
8 boxes of dice there. So yeah, I kind of feel obligated to get them, and you never know what will happen in the future. I bought the Ent ones, and then ended up doing Ents for Throne of Skulls. So you never know that a project might come around. So yeah, I picked up.
We'll get Dale dice.
You might do. Do you know what's funny? When they came out, when I first saw the picture, I thought they were Dale dice.
Oh.
I thought the kind of gold and red.
Yeah.
And the symbol on them looks kind of like the Dale shields.
I've ordered them like you, because I'm a dice weirdo. I like to collect dice. So I've ordered them. Out of all the sets that have been released thus far, they're my least favourite. The gold and the red. I think they had to be gold and red for Easterlings, but I think I would have preferred red dice with gold markings on.
Oh, fair enough.
That's what I was hoping for, but they're still.
Yeah, my main disappointment was that they weren't Dale dice. I saw it. Oh, I like those Dale dice. There's some the Easterling dice. Oh, there's Easterling dice as well. I was like, oh, that's good. So yeah, I got the dice and I got the book, which I think are kind of inevitable. And then I picked up the 2 new Dale packs. So I got the Windlance and I got the Commanders.
Yeah. Commanders
And then
beautiful.
I am splitting the Goblin Shaman pack and the Dwarf Captain pack with Michael Haskell.
Nice.
Because I needed the Grimhammer Captain and he wanted the Errorboar Captain, and I needed Ashrak and he needed Drizag. So we're going to split those. So he's ordered those. But yeah, so good. I didn't get everything. So I'm not big into Tomorrow, not big into Easterlings, which I was quite grateful for, given how much stuff
Lots
came
of
out.
stuff. Yeah.
You get any of the re-releases?
None of the re-releases, didn't need anything. One thing I will say before I forget is, and somebody pointed it out on the comments to the unboxing for the Commanders, be very careful of the spikes on the top of the helmets, because 2 of mine have snapped off apparently that I didn't even realise until someone pointed it out to me.
On who? Dale?
On the Dale Commander set, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, the helmets are very fine points. So repairable, it's not a big issue. Like I'll repair them. But...
I just noticed one comment, and it's only one, and other people haven't corroborated it, but someone said, is it just me, or is Steve considerably quieter than Damien?
I mean, that's normal, right?
Whee.
I can turn myself up so you can hear me louder.
See, be careful what you wish for, people.
Yeah, there you go. I should be around the same level, so I hope that helps. We have 71 people in. Welcome. This is a great turnout. We're not going to sit here and talk about our weeks and what snacks we've got and everything like that. That's a different stream. But I mean, while we're on that subject, with 71 of you guys here, there's a lot of familiar names in the chat. Please do, if you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button. And also, once a fortnight, myself and Damien also are on another channel called Battle Streams in Middle-earth, where we sit there for hours, we drink, we eat snacks, and we look back at the Battle Games in Middle-earth magazine and paint the models from it, and we clear our backlog. So please do check that out and give that a subscribe as well. We'd be hugely grateful for that. Thank you very much. So you guys are here for this. Oh, you got snacks? I ain't got snacks. You guys are here for this. You're not here to talk about Battle Streams and subscribing and all that malarkey. So I think we'll give it 5 minutes. I think let's talk about the reaction it got online. We got early leaks, didn't we? Which I avoided, but obviously I seen the chat. We got early leaks, which is a bit naughty.
Controversy.
I mean, what was it? A day? Was it a day early?
I think it was Thursday.
Was it the Thursday? It's like
it was Thursday, and
what's the point?
Someone in Spain got hold of it.
Yeah, what's the point? I would assume it's not going to be hard to find out where he got his copy from, because you just look at his friends list on Facebook or see who he chats to in the groups, and if he's on the list of people who get the book, they're going to be in trouble. It's just not worth it.
I don't think he's on the list of people who got the book.
Yeah,
there was comments about I can't reveal my source.
Yeah,
but then that's exactly someone who got the book would say.
Yeah, that's true. This is true. Well, he went through.
Right. If he's on the list, he won't be on the list.
No, he won't be on the list. But he went through on Twitch. What we're hoping to do in this, I didn't see the stream, so I don't know what was involved in it. But what I'm hoping to do in this stream is we're going to read through it. We're going to have a quick look. We're going to look through everything from the front cover to the back cover, and we will be jumping in and out the chat. We'll keep an eye on it. I think, again, this isn't Battle Stream, so I'm not going to start at the top of the chat and fly through it. We will just grab sort of ad hoc. So please do keep commenting, because it's going to be interesting for me to go back and watch this after the fact and read the comments to see what all the chat's about. But we will be dipping in and out of the chat. Yeah, keep chatting. Damien, should we jump in?
Yeah, by all means.
I've got a different screen so that people can see what's going on.
Oh, we're going to look through it like that. I see.
Remember do you remember Madcam?
No,
remember Madcam? It's kind of Joe is going to be fuming. I went all the way to the studio to get this camera to do this, and it's a nightmare to go and put back. But for you guys,
you can get Madcam for TTG. You can't do it for Battle Streams. I know. I see how it is.
Right, here we go. Oh, look at that. There we go. So now you guys should be able to see Defence of the North, the beautiful cover. With Dane on the front. Let's have a look. Just check user online. If you could let me know, will there be a Madcam? Says Joe. Joe, he's loving it. He's loving it. Right, okay. I'm ready to go. So should we dive in? Mm-hmm. Should we dive in? I'm getting loads of notifications there. I need to turn them off because it's really irritating. So the first thing I noticed, which I think I mentioned to you, didn't I, was it's a slightly different map on the inside cover. It's a map of the Wilderland. So
they changed the angle of it.
Yeah, it's a close up. Desolations, it's nice. It looks well. And then we'll go straight in. We've got the introduction. I've got again the same as I did with what was the last supplement again?
Full Necromancer.
Full Necromancer. Same as I did with Full Necromancer. I've got it on a slightly soft focus. I don't want people sharing my screenshots. But we will go through in detail what it is. So you got the introduction. Again, I'm not going to go through word for word because you can pick the book up and you can do that yourself. But it talks about narrative play scenarios, how you play the Link campaign. Gives you a little bit of background, the history of the North. Talks about the army lists, legendary legions, and then the appendix. This is a really nice bit that they started to do in the newer books with a history of a more background story and sort of a timeline, which is really nice. I know you're a big fan of facts, Damien.
I like a bit of fluff.
Yeah,
I like a bit of that.
Deep
history of the North.
The odd deep dive here and there. We do.
I've deeply dove before.
You'd think? I think they might have got the idea from Battle Streams, to do.
You reckon? Yeah, that was absolutely right. It's cool. It's nice because there's not there's really it's one of those areas, the whole Defence of the North thing, where a lot of people are like, oh yeah, that's brilliant. It's one of my favourite areas in all of it. I love that bit. There's so little about it.
Yeah.
There's so little written about it. Yeah. And I think people have kind of made up so much in their minds about it, and they like the armies involved and stuff, which kind of, increases that enjoyment or whatever. And then I think some various video games and stuff have built on it, which has kind of helped people.
Yeah.
But in terms of the actual book, yeah, there's very little written on it. So it's nice to see that area kind of. I think there's quite a big element of fan fiction in this from GW, getting to kind of play around and speculate on what might have happened.
Yeah, it is good, and it kind of sets you up for the rest of the book, gets you in that mindset. So it's a nice touch. Taken's just asking, what's the other channel called with bat reps again? There is the odd bat rep on it. There's lots of bat reps on this channel, but the other channel that we were talking about is called Battle Streams in Middle Earth.
Very good. It's very good.
It is very good. So the first sort of part of the book we come to is the scenarios. And the very first scenario in the book is the crossing of the River Carnan. Again, we get a little bit of fluff, background to what this scenario is about, etc. I'm not going to read it word for word. We have the usual layout, which shows you how to set the board up. It's on a 4x4. We've got the objectives. Brand has come to the banks of the River Carnan to negotiate with the Easterlings. However, Sauron's army will not be dissuaded and are intent on crossing the river and marching to war. You've got some special rules. It counts as deep water. Easterlings are relentlessly marched into Lonely Mountain and will cut down any standing in our way. Easterling models may reroll fail to wound models in the fight phase. And then you've got participants, which is Brand, King of Dale, Captain of Dale with shield, 20 warriors of Dale, and then Evil is Ratabi, Easterling Captain on horse, Easterling War Priests, 20 Easterling warriors, and 5 Cataphracts. These are all pretty much going to be. Oh yeah, it is. Oh. Right, so these are all going to pretty much set you up to. If you go back to where we got, what's it called? The history of the North. It's kind of going to be playing through that and setting up sort of. Is this an actual battle that took place, or is this a GW? Are you aware?
He didn't ask me to do prep work. I'm pretty sure it says that their attack begins by crossing the River Carnan. Right. It's something like when Gandalf talks about, he says they swept down and crossed the River Carnan. That's one of the very few things that's mentioned, I think, in Rings.
Yeah. And
so this is obviously, but I don't think you hear anything about the battle. I think they'll fall back from that. So right. I think we'd be expecting the Easterlings to win.
So you've basically got deep water splitting the board in two, a 6-inch wide, which is quite narrow, point where you can meet mostly, and it's just you're just facing off, aren't you? But Easterlings look like they got the upper hand here. They've got the extra reroll fail to wounds. Good, don't get any perks. As far as points wise go, that's going to be pretty similar in points, is it? How much is Brand?
I don't know. Is Brand the king?
Yeah.
120, I think he is.
120. Ratabi is 100. Ratabi.
Who knows? You got the book.
I think it is. I think it's pretty even, and then Evil get the they've got the advantage. So I think it's sort of setting up. Again, these are narrative scenarios. So they kind of push one way or the other. But it looks quite cool. Straightforward battle, 4x4 table. Next one, the host.
James Palmer asked you, by the way, can the Black Dragons be made as 6 pikemen?
My Black Dragons are 6 pikemen with shields.
You do have the technology.
Yes. You get 6 pikes, you get 6 swords, you get 7 shields, weirdly enough, and you get a banner. And you
7 shields?
Yeah, I've got an extra shield. So all mine have got shield, but I've got an extra shield.
Oh, they're valuable things, like the special shields, aren't they?
So I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, I do know what that. I do know why you've got an extra shield. So the extra shield has no arm attached to it. So obviously, if I made one of them a bannerman, he must be holding the banner with two hands, and then maybe you strap the shield to his back. Whereas all the other shields have an arm attached.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why. And then you get loads of different arms, some straight arms, some bent at the elbow arms, different angles. So yeah, it's very good. It's very good.
That's cool.
And
I'll keep an eye on the chat and chuck any questions into you. As well.
Yeah. So the second scenario, again, I'm not gonna hang around too much on the scenarios. The hosts clash again. It's on a 4x4. It's pretty much a face-off brand. You got Bard II, Prince of Dale, Dane Ironfoot, King of the Mountain, Thorin III. With captains, and this is the first scenario where you'll get the Dragon Emperor, Ratabi, Brogir. How do you say it? Is it Brogir?
I thought isn't it two O's?
No, it's 1 O with a hyphen with a what do you call it at the top? So it's Brogir. It's just Brogir, right?
I haven't even thought about it. I need to see how it's spelled.
This is a big battle. There's a lot of miniatures involved in this. You got the Iron Hills. You got the Dale. You got a ton of Easterlings, Cataphracts, 18 Black Dragons, 12 Dragon Cult Acolytes, 4 Runish War Drakes, which we'll come to. Again, special rules.
I'd say Brogir. Yeah, Brogir.
Brogir.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Brogir.
Again, so it's pretty much just. I think a lot of these are going to be like that. It's sort of just facing off different builds and fighting to see what they can do.
So is this one in front? Is this at Errorboar then? Is it? It's the Dragon Emperor and it's all the other guys.
So the shot they've done, you've got the Dragon Emperor in front of Errorboar. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is quite a big battle in front of the plains.
It's huge.
Huge.
22 Warriors of Dale, banner, 12 Knights of Dale, 25 Iron Hills Dwarves. I would need another 12 Knights to be able, another 6 Knights to be able to play that army. And for the evil, I would need another 12 Black Dragons, another 2 Acolytes, and 4 Drakes.
4 Drakes, that's cool.
4 Drakes.
So that's the big battle then, isn't it?
That's the big battle, it looks like, yeah. And then it kind of looks like this is the next one is the same battle, but maybe sort of focusing on different areas of the battle, things that happen. So you got Plains of Errorboar. Again,
no one's died yet. Brandon, Bard, and Dane and Thorin are all still there.
Still there.
It's not like this is a bit after one of them died.
No, this looks like it might be a spotlight that's leading to that. So again, it's on a 4x4, but it is basically you've got an objective in the centre, and then you've got 2 on the good side. Objectives. The Easterlings have begun to force the alliance of men and dwarves back and now look to claim the key areas of the battlefield. The game lasts for 10 turns. The good player wins if they control at least 2 of the objectives at the end of the 10th turn. The evil player wins if they control at least 2 of the objectives at the end of the 10th turn. And the other result is a draw. So it's an objective grabber, which makes it a little bit different than just a face-off. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you've still got all the big names in there as before. There are some big names.
I've got a few questions from Frederick Schultz, by the way, who's jumped in.
Yeah, go on.
Where's the whip thread? What's the theme? Will there be a giveaway? Will you fly through the chat? Have you got some action jokes?
No.
Then Green Tree very kindly says it feels like a Friday night.
It does feel like a Friday night. Yeah. It does. It feels weird that I've only got tea here.
I've got a beer.
But there we go. I've got to be up in the morning.
If I'm streaming, yeah, I've got to have a beer. Mark Tyner is very excited to see this.
A bond forged in war. The friendship forged between 2 kings, Dane and Brand, is one that has stood for many years. Should either be in danger, the other will risk all to save him. If either Dane or Brand will be trapped at the start of a fight phase, then the other may declare a heroic combat without spending might. If successful, they must join their trapped allies fight if possible. If this is not possible, they must move as close as possible to their trapped ally.
That's the Legendary Legion bonus, isn't it? I believe. So that's obviously we
Spoilers.
don't get Legendary Legion bonuses in narrative scenarios. They've moved that one over.
Yeah. And then Easterling hero models may reroll a d6 in the dual roll. So it's like basically Field Wild Banner, right? We still get anyway, don't we?
From the Emperor.
Oh, it's range. Is it 12 inches?
Yeah, the Emperor's got a range on it. Is that a battlefield banner?
Yeah, it just says Easterling hero models may reroll d6. So it's just heroes.
Yeah, it's just anywhere on the board there.
Yeah.
I just love seeing that Emperor model like in context a bit, like
yeah,
where you're seeing him on a hill in a battle as opposed to just like, on a background. It looks wicked, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look good. It's
Joe
awesome.
Holzman asked you if Ammon Lank was on the map at the front.
I've not looked in depth.
I don't know why.
We'll get back to you on this. See if Randall, the last Randall. The next scenario, Death of Brand.
Oh no, spoilers.
So again, this is on a 4x4. It's a very different type of scenario. It's the kind of scenarios that we're used to in these books for narrative play. You got Brand, Dane, 6 Knights of Dale, 12 Iron Hills Wars with Spears. Brand and the Knights of Dale start in the centre, and then obviously it's a case of trying to get Dane there. I think the scenario's going to be designed obviously for the death of Brand to actually happen.
Is he doomed?
Yeah.
Is he doomed to die?
So as well as having fun playing out these scenarios, you get to kind of tell a story at the same time, which is a lot of fun anyway. And I think we've covered this on battle streams and on GBHL videos in the past that we've been on. You kind of play narrative scenarios with a different mindset anyway.
Yeah.
And you want it to be cool, and you want to sort of reenact the things that as they should be. And you tend to try and make that happen.
Yeah.
As best you can without being silly, or sometimes being silly. So you got Ratabi, Brogy.
He's fight 6 in this Brand.
Is that one a special in a scenario Brand?
Yeah.
Increases events to fight 6.
Is that because Ratabi?
Yeah,
is
that'll be so he can stick around a little bit longer, I assume. Because the evil surround him from the get go.
Yeah.
So he's and they start 6 inches away from him. So chances are he's going to be in combat at least from turn 2. Because even if this, how many knights? 6 knights. So they could cover him. Yeah. Dane's got a lot to do. He's got a lot to do.
It's about. Is it just 20? It's 20 Easterlings, the 2 heroes, and a couple of Drakes.
Couple of Drakes, yeah.
Yeah, against 7 Dale guys.
They're in trouble. And the Drakes, we will come to that when we get to the profiles.
They've got a grim rule against heroes. Right?
Okay, I've got a grim rule.
That's another cracking photo, though. I love that picture.
The photography is really nice. Like I said, I was flicking through. The photography is nice. And on the next page, which we'll now turn to, which is Dane's Last Stand, I also like the artwork. I think the artwork's class.
It's a bit of a shame that they're. I see they've obviously photoshopped in a still when they could have asked to borrow your Arable, which is still to this day in my office at work.
There you go.
Where it's been for about 6 years now.
Yeah,
cool. I like it. I like Dane walking over the hill there, kind of going, no, it's too late. That would be fun. I like that kind of narrative scenario. I like it when everything's set up completely differently to normal.
This artwork that's on the on page 17. Can you see that?
Is this Retreat to Errorboar?
Dane's Last Stand.
Yes, got you. I see what you mean. Yeah.
So have you seen that before, or is that done for this book? I've not seen that before.
Is that? Yeah, I know what you mean. Is that a concept piece, or is that a GW original?
Yeah, I've not seen that before.
I don't know. I think that might be
if it is a wetter concept piece, it kind of makes sense that all the photography that they've done is of a very similar composition to that, with Errorboar in the background, kind of the same sort of shot. But it looks cool. I like it regardless. Dane's Last Stand, it's a smaller scenario. It's on a 2x2, so it's one of those nice little kind of, on the coffee table with your pal. Brewing biscuits kind of scenario. Mm-hmm. Very cool. You got Dane Ironfoot, 12 Iron Hills Dwarves against Ratabi, Brogear, 20 Easterlings, and 2 War Drakes. War Drakes proving very prevalent in these first few scenarios.
What's a war drake?
Yeah. Runish War Drake. It's a War Drake thing. Retreat to Errorboar. Another bigger one, 4x4. And if you're looking at the layout of deployment areas and everything like that, very, very different from the scenarios that we're used to playing.
Oh, yeah. It's like
very
a
different.
type thing.
Yeah. The name suggests that the good are trying to get to that little 6-inch gate at the other end of the board. You've got Bard second, Thorin third, 11 Warriors of Dale. It's a weird number, isn't it? That's just thrown my OCD out the window, isn't it? 11 Warriors of Dale. Why can't you just have 12?
Well, they've got one with a banner.
Is that what it is? Isn't it? No, because that's 3 with shield, 4 with spear, 3 with bow, and 1 with a banner.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's breaking down the 11.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's the box, isn't it, mate? Warriors of Dale come as 10 in a box. That's why. They always try and be sympathetic to the way they're sold.
There you go.
Okay.
6 Knights of Dale, 12 Iron Hills Dwarves. Three matters. You got a mix of the weapons there as well. And then you got Ratabi, Brogir, 21 Easterling Warriors. They're messing me up here with these.
Well, one's going to have a banner.
Yeah.
There you go.
12 Black Dragons, 6 Dragon Cult Acolytes, and 2 War Drakes again. So it's a big old battle.
I like this sort of one, though.
I do.
I like narrative scenarios that do this.
Closing in from both sides. They've got to get through that gap in the middle. I've not played narrative scenarios in so long. I think the last narrative scenario I played was that one from SBG Mag.
What, the Pelennor Fields?
I think so. No, the Tario one.
What, the Barrett?
I think so.
You played the Pelennor Fields one after that.
I did. Yeah. Yeah, I did. You're right.
But I'm not going to be too hurt because they were both from a magazine, right? But
how long ago was that?
That was early 2020. You must have played a narrative scenario since then.
I haven't.
That was pre-COVID.
I mean, if you count the sewer game.
Of course, we count the sewer
from battle streams. Then I have, but yeah. It's cool. Looks cool though. I think that's.
They've got to get 10 models off, right? Good have got to get 10 models off.
Yeah.
And they're starting with about 25.
Yeah.
That's tough.
How many War Drakes? 2.
Yeah. And if Bard or Thorin are slain, the best good can achieve is a draw.
Yeah.
Oh, but they get Heroic March.
Oh, well,
and it's free. It's free. That's quite cool.
So and they can start 12-inch on, so they've got 3 foot to make up.
Yeah.
And they can move 9-inch for free, but they can't charge. Well, they don't want to charge; they just want to run through.
Yeah, if they're going, what are they, 6 inches on? So they've got to get they're 9
12 inches on.
Up. No, I meant the evil.
Oh yeah, the evil. Yeah,
and the evil are going to be 12 inches on.
You put in everything as close to to Errorboar as possible, aren't you? And then coming in. Yeah.
They're going to be quite close to the gate. To be fair, when they start, they get attacked.
Yeah.
It'd be good though. I'd like that.
Yeah,
I like anything like that. I like the kind of out of the frying pan style ones, or the one we did where you have to get into Moria. You know, anything where you're trying to. I like it when narrative scenarios you're not just trying to smash each other up.
Yeah,
trying to move around.
Very cool. It's funny. So the photograph on the bottom of Errorboar. It's funny seeing it because I've looked at so many pictures of Errorboar in the last few weeks because we're building a tabletop of a Tolkon. Like a full-size Errorboar. It's going to be class. So yeah, pretty sick of looking at it, to be honest with you.
Dane, you can't have a better source than this, but Dane Ironfoot himself confirms that the artwork is from Weta.
Well, there you go.
A few people have seen it before. Carl Daly says, you've played a narrative scenario with him live on Top Table Gamer.
This is true.
I'm so sorry, Carl.
Take most things I say with a pinch of salt. You should know that.
I'm so sorry,
You know that. So the next scenario is the Siege of Errorboar, and this is one of those little. It's even smaller than a 2x2. It's one of those little funky ones. It's 2 foot by 1 foot, and it's the battlements of Errorboar. It looks like the board represents the battlements of Errorboar, and the siege ladders propped up against the walls. The area within 9 inch of the northern board edge is the battlements. and so should be relatively clear. There are 5 siege ladders in this battle, spaced out as shown on the map, which is here. The area within 3 inch of the southern board edge is the plains outside Errorboar, and is a rather long way down. So this is outside Arable, and this is inside Arable. These lings have made it onto the battlements of Errorboar, and now the men and dwarves must fight to prevent the walls being overrun. If they can stem the tide of these lings, they may be able to buy themselves some more time. The game lasts for 12 turns. The good side wins if at the end of the 12 turns they have managed to kill 35 or more evil models. That is a lot. It's important to keep track. They've put in brackets just in case anyone wasn't sure. The evil side wins if they can prevent this. If either Brand or Thorin die, the best result the good side can achieve is a draw. The Easterlings constantly scale the walls with more climbing ladders to join the battle. Each time an Eastern warrior is slain, keep it to one side. So it's that thing where there's just rotation of dead warriors.
It's very similar to the, I don't know the exact end conditions, but we've seen things for this like Helm's Deep in War in Rohan and Minas Tirith in Conduit War.
Yes. They're cool little scenarios. These kind of scenarios would be really good because that board would be, it wouldn't be easy, but it would be a lot simpler to make than a 4x4 board, say. And it would be really nice to film and get on camera. You get some really nice tight shots and film the battle report. That'd be cool.
I've often thought as well you could do, because Ben had a go at one, didn't it? Ben made a Minas Tirith one, I think. But you can make it as a display board, right?
Yeah.
You can make it as a display board because you wouldn't need the full height. You could just have the battlements there and the tops of ladders, really.
Yeah.
And you can make that as a cool display board for your army and then play scenarios.
Yeah, it would be cool. It'd
be fun.
There are some special rules in there. Again, I'm not going to go over every single thing because I'll save some surprises for when you read the book. But that's definitely one that I'd look at wanting to play. I'll probably speak to Matt actually about maybe us building that board and making sure we've got the models we need for that painted up, which we should have. I think I'm looking at that. There's nothing there that. My Easterlings, I've got all my Easterlings here. I'm probably 70% of the way done. I was about 90%, but then obviously a load of models came in the post, so now I'm about 70% done. And Reese Taylor is painting up my Dale, which should be ready this week.
Joe reckons you've played at least 2 on B-Time. He also points out that you and me, to be fair, have forgotten when we played Let's Hunt Some More against the Out of the Frying Pan boys.
This is true.
And if that wasn't hurtful enough, Dan Collistar of Out of the Frying Pan.
Yes, Dan.
Points out that you've not even put out the narrative scenario with him yet.
I've not even edited that yet, Dan. I've not even edited that.
It's because he's forgotten about it.
I've not forgot about it. It's actually, where is it?
I mean, you forgot you played it. Remember?
It's on that SD card. It's just, it's there. It's there. There's only so many hours in the day.
He summarises the situation by saying that your memory is as good as your understanding of probability.
It's an in-joke.
There's a little chat about terrain there. Someone asked, do you reckon we'll get Dale terrain?
I would love to. I just can't see it. I think we would have had some sneak peeks by now. I think that's something that is a big carrot that they'd want to dangle. I would anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd like it. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be popular. Different kind of house, but it's the sort of thing you could do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Houses that could be ruined as well. You could have like different parts of the kit, so you can make it ruined or
yeah. There's that argument in it, like people will say, oh yeah, well, they should do it because you could use that for any system, which is very true because it's kind of like that sort of Mediterranean style houses, which would kind of drop in anywhere on any fantasy sort of game. But we've also had this thing before where there's only so many slots that they get for Middle Earth as well as the other games.
And not too long since the Dog Order rooms, right? They were last September.
And they've just been repackaged, as we know. They went for pre-order.
Yeah, huge discount, right?
Yeah, really good kit. Really, really good kit. So I think we would have got it. I think we would have seen it by now, or there would have been images of it in the book. And I flicked through and I've not seen it. We may discover something tonight, who knows? But I've not seen anything in the book.
Oh, Scorch makes a cracking point. He says there's actually no Dale terrain in any of the scenarios. That's not necessarily proof, but it's a fair point. There.
It is a fair point.
These are all fighting outside Arable, aren't they, rather than inside Dale?
Yes, this is a very good point because in a lot of the scenarios, so if you look at like from the old source books, like Dale and Lake Town that they actually have the little pictures of the kits with the little platforms and things like that. Whereas if there's none in these, then it's unlikely.
You never know though. At some point in the future, they'll inevitably return to like the Hobbit.
Keep buying stuff, and
maybe when they do that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be up there. I think you're looking at the next piece of terrain. I think Dale houses would be a shout.
Yeah, it would be. There's definitely a market for it because you see it on all the 3D printed stuff, which are obviously they're not called Dale, but they're taken from that aesthetic. You can see them pop up all over the place. There are some nice stuff out there, but it'd be nice to get some official GW stuff.
We're in City of Men who are friends with dwarfs who live in a mountain nearby.
Yeah.
Open brackets, not Dale, close brackets.
Broken Dragon Kite Town.
That's it. Yeah, fair play. You win. You smashed it. Broken Dragon Kite Town. That's it. Game over.
So the next scenario is the tide turns. We're back 4x4. Again, this is a bigger battle. We've got good deploy just outside the gates.
Errorboar looks a lot like Helm's Deep.
It does look a lot like Helm's Deep. A lot like Helm's Deep, which is a shame. Some nice. They could have used it. They could have used it. If they'd have rang me, you could have used it. It's very old that now. I remember when I did it, I thought it was awesome, and then after about a month, I kept looking at it and thinking, ugh. But again, this is just going to be kind of a defend the point kind of thing from the good. It looks like objectives. With hope renewed, this is the last chance for the men and dwarves to achieve victory and defeat the Eastling invaders. The game lasts until the end of a turn in which one force has been reduced to 25. If its starting numbers, the good player wins. If they can reduce it force to 25, blah blah blah. Broken morale. The evil force count as broken for this scenario and must test to see if they flee. Even though their forces do not normally break in narrative play games. That's interesting.
Do you think that means they...
No, not from the start.
It says the evil force count as broken.
For this scenario, and must test to see if they flee, even though forces do not normally break in narrative games. I doubt it. That's a bit silly.
It might be that if you read the fluff, it might be saying that this is where the tide turns. And like they're kind of...
Could you imagine painting up that evil army to play this scenario, though? And then turn one, failing 50% of your courage.
Oh, here you go. Listen to this. The news of Sauron's defeat had taken 2 days to reach the ears of the Easterlings, but with it came doubt and panic, and a renewed hope for those trapped within the mountain. As disarray set in amongst the Easterlings, Bard and Thorin gathered together every last man and dwarf within Errorboar and armed them ready for one last push against the invaders. With hope now on their side and the host of the Dragon Errorboar showing signs of cracking, the heirs of the kingdoms of Errorboar and Dale opened the gates to the Lonely Mountain, and they opened up the gates and let their peoples in one final charge to break the lines of their foes and attempt to claim victory. But kind of fluff-wise, it makes it sense that they're...
the way it's written, actually, like, you may have a point. I first glanced over it and I thought, yeah, they can break in this, even though it's narrative. But as it's written, it says the evil force count as broken for this scenario. So, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It just, ultimately, it's narrative scenario. You just have to decide, like, what's better, wouldn't you? But you've got... There's about 60 evil models there.
Yeah.
With loads of heroes to kind of do standfast.
Yeah, you've got the heroes. And you've got the Dragon Emperor as well. Doesn't he do something to courage? I can't remember what he does. We'll come to that.
I think he's got a boosted standfast.
Yeah. So I suppose it wouldn't be that bad even if they were classed as broken with all the heroes in there. Because his standfast covers heroes as well, right?
Yes, I think so. Isn't it table wide?
Yeah, I think it's table wide. Yeah. I think you're right there, mate. Okay, next scenario is Gollum's Escape. Having lost the precious to the Hobbit, Bilbo Baggins in his cave, the creature Gollum has ventured out of the Misty Mountains in the hope of tracking down Bilbo and reclaiming the ring for himself. For many years, he wandered the wilderness in his search for the ring, but to no avail. As he scoured Middle-earth, Gollum found himself drawn southward. And on the edges of the lands of Mordor, the forces of the Dark Lord captured him. So you've got participants, Mirkwood Ranger Captain, 10 Mirkwood Rangers, and then on the evil side is Gollum, an Orc Captain with shield, 12 Orc Warriors, and 6 Fell Wargs. So we're moving away from Easterlings now into the Mordor sort of army list, which we know are also featured heavily in this book.
This is class. I really didn't expect this.
So Gollum and the good deploy in a 12-inch circle in the centre of the board. The board is 4x4, covered in trees. I always like them scenarios where it's just loads of trees.
Yeah.
And evil deployment area is a 6-inch perimeter around the whole board, which is cool. Objectives: with the attack of the orcs and wargs, Gollum sees a chance to escape his elven captors. The elves must fend off the assault and ensure they do not let Gollum slip through their fingers. The game lasts until one force has completed their objective. The good player wins. If at the end of any turn all the orcs and wargs have been slain, evil player wins immediately if Gollum escapes the board via the southern board edge. So he can only go off one board edge. So he's got to go south. How many have you got? You got 10 Mirkwood Rangers and a captain. I mean, you could keep him where you wanted him for a good few turns with 3 elves, couldn't you?
Yeah, well, I think that I was just looking at that. I think you have to. This is mega cool because this is the story that they tell about in the Council of Elrond. They say when Aragorn's like that's fine. He's with the elves, and then Legolas goes, oh, actually, and he says that they've escaped, and some orcs came by and distracted them, and they went off and killed the orcs, and then he escaped during that time.
Yeah,
and this is a scenario for that.
That's cool.
Which is mega. I really wasn't expecting this at all.
It's
but yeah,
cool.
you'd have to, because there's nothing for the good side can't charge him, because even though he's evil, if he dies, good can only get a draw.
Yeah,
and it's not like the Rangers can't shield when they're not in the Legion. So if they charge him, they're going to kill him. So your only option is to put a circle around him.
Yeah.
And then obviously the point being, I guess, that the evil models have to come in and mince those Rangers.
Yeah.
Which they could have a go at. Was it 12?
Well, if you've got a busy board with trees, the advantage for the elves is obviously the bows when the orcs and the wargs are on the way in. So if you've got a busy board, it's going to make it far more difficult for the elves. And like we said earlier, I think the way the scenario is designed is for Gollum to escape. It's going to be it's not impossible, but it's going to be quite difficult for good to be the victors in this scenario.
But couldn't Gollum just... Oh, God, there it is. Gollum may not charge enemy models.
No, he can't charge.
Yeah, that's important. I was thinking what...
So you just put 3... You'd have to put 3 Rangers around him.
Yeah.
But you can't go base to base because you can't charge, so you'd have to stay in inch out. But then he can't move through your control zone because he's not allowed to charge. So 3 could keep him trapped.
You'd have to have them all in the middle of the board, and then they've got to basically gun down... It's 12 orcs, 6 wargs, and a captain, isn't it?
Yeah.
So... I kind of think the elves might have a go at that, actually.
I don't think it's impossible, but I think once them lines... If you get everyone in...
Yeah.
That's
a fun one, though. I like that.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to play. Next scenario is an Uneasy Alliance. Do you want to give an overview, Damien?
Sure. So the fluff for this is...
I feel like I'm doing all the chatting, you see.
That's all right. As the Eastlings hosts wage war upon the kingdoms of Errorboar and Dale, Sauron has sent an army of orcs northwards to attack the elven kingdoms within Mirkwood in order to prevent Thranduil from leading his people to aid the men and dwarfs of the Lonely Mountains. Sauron's plan is to have his army of orcs crush Thranduil's people before marching southwards and converging upon Lothlorien. And so we get a 4x4 board. There's a goods coming out of the halls of Thranduil, I think.
Yeah.
Going to be on the right. Evil 12-1, and then lots of spiders' nests. We've got it's all gribblies. The Spider Queen, 4 Mirkwood spiders, giant spiders, and 2 bat swarms. Oh, that's the good. Oh, I see. That's the good side. Oh, it's not. So it's not the halls of Thranduil. It's the Spider Queen's lair.
Blue on blue, or red and red, should we say?
Oh, so they're making pals. That's what the Uneasy Alliance is. They're going to have a fight and then become friends.
They go.
Then you've got Razgosh with like 24 orcs, 6 warg riders. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
And 3 trackers.
Yeah.
And the objectives, they're trying to convince the Spider Queen to fight with them, which doesn't like that. So so the spiders win if they can reduce the evil to 24%. Evil player wins if they can force the Spider Queen to submit.
Yeah.
And how do we do that? Once she's been wounded, there's a chance she'll submit. During the end phase, she has 2 or fewer wounds. I believe she starts with 3. She must take a courage test. Can't be modified by might or will points. Third time this test is failed. The third time it's failed, the Spider Queen will submit. They've got to do a wound on her and then trying to get to, and then try and get to her. Oh, that's quite cool. If the Spider Queen's slain, the game ends immediately. It's a draw.
Yeah.
So you've got to kind of wound her, but not too much.
Yeah.
You've got to get a wound on her and then just basically let her eat your army, I suppose. And then the spider nest is difficult terrain, and more spiders can come back on from it later in the game. That'd be cool. I like that.
Do you think that's quite difficult for the orcs? It looks so.
Well, they've got Razgush in there.
Yeah, Razgush is in there, I suppose. Yeah, he's a beast, isn't he?
But what do the spiders just have to do 25%?
Oh, the 6 wild riders. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, the 6 wild riders.
I mean, the evil, the orcs got a huge advantage to begin with, but then the spiders just keep coming back.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool. It'd be good fun.
Yeah,
I think it'd be good fun. I think the orcs will probably win, but I think it'd be good fun.
Next one. This is like the stuff that I'm interested in. I was waiting for on this release. Attack on the B Awnings. 4x4 board. As the force of the Dark Lord marched northwards through Mechwood, it was not just the elves that were caught up in the orcs' desire to wage war. Towards the edge of the forest resided the B Awnings, followers of the descendants of Beorn, the Great Skin Changer. A peaceful people, the B Awnings have kept their paths through the values of Anduin free and evil creatures, providing safe passage to friendly folk. Objectives: the B Awnings are fighting to stave off the assault on their home for long enough for Grimbeorn to return and aid them. The orcs are simply out to slay the B Awnings so that they cannot aid the elves in Mirkwood. Game lasts for 10 turns. Good side wins if at the end of the 10th turn there are at least 4 B Awnings left alive. The evil side wins if they can slay enough B Awnings to prevent this. If Grimbeorn is slain, the best result the good player can achieve is a draw. You got Grimbeorn, 12 B Awnings. And then for the evil, you've got 2 orc captains, 24 orc warriors, 6 warg riders, and 6 orc trackers. Grimbeorn must reroll fail to wounds. From turn 2 onward, roll a d6 at the start of each turn before priority is determined, and add the current turn number to the score. On the score of an 8 or more, Grimbeorn has arrived, so he's not there from the start. Like I said, I try to stave him off until he arrives. 4x4 board, Gooder in the centre, Evil Star either side, east and west, and basically just attacking them and try to kill as many as possible. We've seen the profiles for B Awnings, which we'll come to later in the book. Obviously, I don't want to give any of that away prior to us getting there. Your thoughts on that scenario?
They've only got to kill. They've only got to kill 8, right?
Yeah.
Because they've got to keep 4 alive. So they've got to kill 9. I mean, they are quite tough to kill. 24 orcs, 6 wild riders. Ooh.
I think, do you know what I think will come into play quite a bit in that scenario? The throwing spears.
Massive bear.
Weirdly enough.
Oh, right.
When he arrives, yeah.
Yeah, the presence. It might be a bit like Aragorn at the Weathertop scenario, you know. If Aragorn comes on, you laugh at it.
Yeah. If he doesn't,
you know, those are they're good models. They'll have a higher fight value. They've got a couple of attacks, but still, is that 32 even models against 12?
Yeah.
So you're basically getting 3 on every one of them.
Yeah.
You got only 4 bows to try and take them out.
Yeah. I'm not sure what their shooting value is like. We'll come to that. If they've got a decent shooting value and strength with a bow, might not be too bad.
I like it though. I like them.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. Very cool.
Good.
Very cool. Next one is the Burning of Mechwood. 4x4 board. You've got objectives right across the centre from east to west, and good and evil start north and south. Board edges 12 inches on. Again, it's just trees. Objectives: the orcs will come to burn down the Elven Kingdom of Mechwood and plan on starting by torching some of the taller trees on the borders of their kingdom. The game lasts for 10 turns. A lot of them are limited turns. I think that's probably where it'll come into play. Like I was anyway, kind of thinking, like you said, 32 against 12. That's not too bad, but they've only got to hold on for a certain amount of turns. Player wins. Good player wins if at least 3 of the larger trees are still standing at the end of the game. The evil player wins if at least 3 of the larger trees have been destroyed. Destroying the trees during the end phase of each turn. Orc modelling base contact with one of the larger trees may attempt to destroy it, provided that it have not fought in combat Supported a combat or fired a missile weapon. This turn, all are prone. When an orc attempts to destroy a tree, the controlling player rolls a d6. On a 5-up, the tree has been destroyed. Whenever a tree is destroyed, it will fall to the ground. Roll a d6 to its weight. That's quite cool. So it can damage, the tree falling can damage, and it's random. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
It's a 1mm wide line from the centre of the tree that extends 6 inches in the required direction. Any model whose base under that line suffers a strength 8 hit and is not prone.
That's cool.
It's cool. That is
I like
cool.
that, I like it, yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Tariel's in it as well.
Diddle-lip.
Is sadly lacking from the picture. What's that about? Oh no,
No, she is. She's there.
It's
It's the camouflage, mate. It's the
Look
camouflage.
at the lighting in that as well. A bit of fiery.
Yeah,
lighting
it's
going
cool.
on.
It's very cool. Very cool. So you got Tariel, Mechwood Captain, Mechwood Ranger Captain, 12 Mechwood Elves, and 10 Rangers, and then you've got Razgush, Spider Queen. So they have made friends. 24 orcs.
Spoilers.
6 Warg Riders, 6 Orc Trackers, 2 Mirkwood Spiders, 2 Giant Spiders, and a Bat Swarm. I think that'd be a cool scenario because there's a lot of unknowns in there with the trees falling. When you kind of, because you're both going to be running towards the centre. Obviously, either try to destroy the trees, you'll try to defend them.
Yeah, it's cool.
So you're going to be in and around it when the trees are falling. It's going to be very cool. It's a cool one.
Yeah, you can stand like in the diagonals, right? You can stand southwest and be sort of safe.
Yes, yeah. But then you've got the evil player chooses the direction, so that could be any direction, or the good player chooses on a 6.
Yeah. Oh, do you know? Oh, God.
I wouldn't say it would have to be one of the. I wouldn't say it would have to be one of the 4 points. Yeah, I wouldn't have said that. I'd have said he says any direction.
Yeah, maybe that's got fun. Yeah.
Because you've just been making the tree fall on your heroes.
Yeah, both players can choose it. So as long as you agree at the start, I don't suppose it matters.
Yeah.
There was a lot of chatter about terrain, by the way. People largely saying that Dale would be good, but a lot of love for some elven terrain, perhaps.
Yeah.
The hand suggested generic Havens, Rivendell, Lorien, Mirkwood stuff, which is cool. That's what it's going to be.
I think what I'll do is probably good. If I can find my cursor, there it is. I'm just going to pop in the chat. It seems there's a lot of talk on terrain. I'll pop a link to the Tolcon page. Not marketing, just for you to gander at. And you can see some of the stuff that we're working on. Where's my chat gone? There it is. Because there's a lot of elven stuff in there. Errorboar's in there. There is Dale stuff to come, but it's not in there yet.
Bit of chat about the book being 40 quid. Not 40 quid, is it? Book costs almost 40 quid.
I don't know. I got it for free, so I don't know.
I think it's 32.50, isn't it?
I thought it was about 30, 35. Between 30 and 35 quid.
Cool being an optimist, but I think that's closer to 30 than 40. But who knows?
I don't know. Anything else interesting in the chat there?
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through now.
Death of Tariel scenario Glenn's asking for. Glenn comes out from under his stone and starts slating.
There's a good pun in there for this. Must be a couple of scenarios ago about how would you win. He says, "Cut the head off the Drake."
So the next scenario is Battle Under the Trees. Having received a message requesting reinforcements from his people in the forest, the grim realization of the size of the force the elves are up against has finally hit Thranduil. Though he initially wanted to keep his people out of the wars that were being fought to the south, war has now come upon the Elven King, and he has little choice but to gather the rest of his armies and prepare for battle. So another larger scale board. A lot of these are on just 4x4 boards with lots of trees. So to play a lot of these scenarios, basically all you need is trees and a 4x4 board, which is quite cool. You don't have to have anything extravagant for a majority of them up to now. So you got Thranduil on the good with, it looks like he's got everything except for the circlet, Tauriel, Mirkwood Captain, Mirkwood Ranger Captain, 10 Palace Guard, 12 Mirkwood Elves, 10 Rangers, and then you got Razgush, Spider Queen, a couple of Orc Captains, Orc Shaman, Warg Riders, Orc Trackers, 4 Mirkwood Spiders, 4 Giant Spiders, Bat Swarms, and Fell Wargs. So this one is objectives. The battle for Mirkwood has begun, and both sides will use every ounce of strength to achieve victory. The game lasts until the end of a turn, which one force has been reduced to a quarter or less of its starting number. The other player wins if the other force has been reduced. So it's just first to reduce your opponent to a quarter. Evil models gain the Woodland Creature special rule. Evil models gain the Hatred Elf special rule. Razgush gains a bonus of +1 to his fight value when engaged with an enemy elf model. And elf models must reroll once to wound during the fight phase. So it's one that plays around with your base stats and some of the rules, which is always quite refreshing and quite cool. Quite a cool way to play. But pretty straightforward. Fight, kill as much as you can, as quick as you can.
Yeah, it's good to get those new another one with the new Orky heroes in there.
Yeah, they're cool. I've got actually.
And Thrandur, is that Thranduil's first appearance? I think.
Yeah, Thranduil's first appearance. He's not got his lovely elk, for the best model in the range. # base arm.
Yeah, it's nice to see in narrative scenarios, I think, where you're not taking the versions that you normally see.
Yes. And he's got heavy armour, additional elven blade, but he's not got his circlet. So he's getting the extra attacks, but he's not got his magic prowess that if you were playing competitively, like you say, 9 times out of 10 you'd want, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
They're in this really weird realm now. I remember thinking, we talked about this with Fallen Necromancer, where they're trying to do like, when do your Wood Elves become your Mirkwood Elves, and when do your Hunter Orcs become your Mordor Orcs? And you ended up getting scenarios where like your Hobbit era Thranduil was fighting Lord of the Rings era Orcs and stuff, and it must be quite tricky to try and figure out what to put in where.
Yeah, it's good though. It's good that it's all like coming together and you can use a bulk of your collection, because a lot of the stuff that's in it, there has been a lot of new profiles, and obviously in these scenarios they're going to have a lot of the new profiles in that. It makes complete sense for it to be that way, but it's also a lot of the stuff that's in this book, like a lot of the elvish stuff and a lot of the orc stuff you've already got if you're a collector. Next scenario, crossing of the Anduin.
Another river. You've got to keep crossing those.
Another river. It's exactly the same map as
straight
the first
away.
one.
Look at that. Now we've got onto the Wood Elves. So this must be. Are they doing it by the Wood Elves Lothorian? And their Mirkwood Elves are Mirkwood.
Mirkwood, yeah.
Yeah, to enter the Golden Wood and the Anduin. Yeah. So I think that they've separated them by region, isn't it?
So this is almost just with different special rules. Almost, obviously, different special rules and different participants. It's almost a carbon copy of Scenario 1. So same board, same objectives, pretty much. But again, just showing you a different way to play it, which is cool. So we won't dwell on that one too much. Attack on Lorien. Again, 4x4 board. This is on this page 36 is the and obviously in the participants, we may as well address the elephant in the room, Orofin.
A mimic.
So we get our first image of Orofin, which is yet to be released. Very cool model.
Orofit.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I think he's alright. I think he's cool.
I think it's cool. I like it. I think it's been that long since we've seen a new Elven hero model. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. When I first seen a glimpse of it, I just had flashbacks to remember the Monkey Twins, the unarmored.
Yeah, it's
twins.
Similar pose.
It's that vibe in it.
Yeah.
But you look closely, and I think it looks cool. It's very cool.
Oh, just to let you know, Rhys Taylor now thinks that the Emperor is the best model in the range.
Ooh, it's very good. I'm yet to open it. So I did say pre-stream this to Damien. I'm yet to open the box. Obviously, from the pictures, it looks amazing, but I make judgments from in hand. I mean, and to be honest, there are black dragons in this kit, so it could be. It's very cool. It's very cool.
Dan asked if the picture at the bottom right was from the deleted scenes of Fellowship. I think it's from the extended edition. I think it is I think it's a wide shot that does appear in the film, but only in extended. Again,
if you like that kind of scenery, have a look at that. The
do you like Orofin?
The model? Yeah, I like it.
I like the photography again. Like going back into the far background, lots of elves, bows and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think.
Oh, what is that? We've got a new spell.
I think the paint jobs. I think the paint jobs of the models of late, and the photography is far better than it was 18 months ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, possibly. I know what you mean. There was some around the kind of was it the Gondor at War era? There was some slightly weird paint jobs on like Hurin and the Three Hunters.
Yeah,
but they've definitely some of the current stuff has just been magnificent. Really, really inspirational kind of paint jobs that makes you want to buy that and try and do that.
I think Orofin's one of them. So that's a new spell, is it? Decay.
Yeah, I think so.
This magical power may only target the Malorn tree. Has a range of 6 inch.
There's not much cause for attacking tree. It'd be awful against tree beard.
Yeah. And it's cast on a 4+. The Malorn tree suffers a wound. Additionally, it reduces its defense characteristic by 1 for the remainder of the game. The Malorn tree has a defense of 10 and 10 wounds. Evil models may fight the Malorn tree in the fight phase, provided they have not already been a fight that turn, not made a shooting attack that turn. Models may use special strikes against the Malorn tree and may support models fighting the Malorn tree. The Malorn tree will always lose the fight and will always count as trapped.
So sad.
Musgur, the Orc Shaman gain decay. So Orofin and his boys have got quite a lot to do.
Yeah.
Quite a lot to do.
What have we got?
It's a race to the centre, right?
It's a race. Yeah, 24 elves against sort of 36 orcs.
It's kind of the evil side, like the chaff of the evil side seems to be the same in almost every scenario. Like for the orcs anyway, you've got
24 orcs,
24 6 and 6.
But those decay, but I mean, I'd really rate the elves if the shamans didn't have decay.
Yeah,
I think the elves could keep them off the tree for long enough. But
yeah, well, the thing is, you could just keep them shamans behind the orc lines, get to within 6, and just keep casting it. And every time they cast it, it's reducing its defense by 1, and it's suffering a wound.
Well, to be fair, I don't think
it's 50-50.
He hasn't got like unlimited will or anything, has he? You know what I mean? He's got a limited will store, so he's still got to. It's not like he gets a free one every turn. He's got to choose to do it.
Has he got more than usual though?
He's probably got 4. Hasn't he?
4.
I'll,
It's 50-50. So let's say he gets that off twice. So it's down to defense 10, and the other one gets it off once, down to defense 7, and down to 7 wounds. And then you've just got a rake of stuff attacking it with double strikes because it's counted as trapped. 24 old warriors. You've got spears in there.
I think I'd fear for it. I think I'd rate evil in that one.
Yeah. How many bows has it good got? 4 bows. We don't know.
Not a lot of bows, and they'll be running forward to try and.
And we don't know if Orofin's got a bow.
I don't know if you ever played this. I know you went to a couple of events, but remember the Longbottom Carnival in Finchley? They used to have the scenario used to be called the Party Tree.
Yeah.
And there was a tree in the middle of it. It was meant to be the party tree at the Longbottom Carnival, and you had to try and chop it up. And this gave me really good, warm, fuzzy feelings about that. You know, going back to those days of murderously running forward, desperately trying to chop down a tree. It was quite cool.
Yeah, it does. It's, like you say, it's cool little scenario. It's nice to play the game in a different way and not have to think about tactics in the way that you would in competitive play. It's cool. Next one.
Yeah, I'd like that one.
Trapped on both sides. They're really getting the most out of Orif.
Trapped means, isn't it? So you can be trapped on one side.
This has got the brothers Rummel and Orofin. The Mordor assault on Lothlorien has not gone unnoticed by other unsavoury beings that have long sought to attack the borders of the Golden Wood. The sound of the elves and orcs fighting within the trees has reached pointed ears of those goblins from the Misty Mountains that no longer dwell within the mountains themselves, but instead live at their base amongst fell creatures that also make the foot of the mountains their home. So you've got Rummel, Orofin, Wood
Since
Elf
you
Captain.
mentioned those names, the king has asked Orofin and Rumil to come in a twin pack, right?
Well, this is something that I did want to tackle when we come to his profile, which we can tackle it now.
I just think there's a helpful picture
Yeah.
at the moment as well.
Yeah. Possibly, except that looks like Forge World resin to me, Orofin.
Yeah.
That is that the old Rummel?
No.
Is that new?
That's new, Rumil.
Oh, well, there you go. There's your twin pack.
Absolutely.
There's your twin pack.
Gotta be, right?
Yeah, there's your twin pack.
Gotta be.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Dan's cool. Looking forward to painting those two for Michael. I think he's doing. Is that because Michael Haskell won his Galathrim army in that prize draw? And I think he's going to paint those two up and add it to him. That's nice.
That'd be very cool. I played that army. It's beautiful. When in Michael's hands. Yeah, I didn't even notice that was a different.
It's very similar plays, but it's definitely different. Yeah. Sean Clark asked, "Is it normal for them to show this in a book before a proper announcement?"
Yeah,
I don't know what them is or this is.
I think it means have they done it before, where they've shown pictures of models that are not yet released?
Is it models?
Yeah,
no, I'm just trying to think. This is back in the Fellowship scenario. Maybe he's talking about Orofin. He could be talking about Orofin. It was a few scenarios ago, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, they occasionally do.
Yeah.
That's what you'd hope for.
Yeah.
I believe Dernhelm was in the book.
I think there's been a couple that we've seen in the book, but before.
Bill the Pony was in there.
Wasn't there something from the Gondor at War? Didn't we see?
Yeah, I think Dernhelm was Gondor at War. Dernhelm was in the book before we'd seen it. I think.
Yeah. There has been a couple. So again,
we've got asked what a war drake is. You'll find out.
We'll find out. We've got a few special rules. I won't go too much into those. And on this one, Mordor. So, but yeah, basically, good are in the center and they're surrounded by two forces of evil either side, east and west. Next scenario: final assault on Lothlorien. Do you want to cover this one, Damien?
Yeah, was there? I just picked up on something. Can they? Yeah, fair enough. We've been complete dum-dums on that. Full credit to Enigmaya, who points out that directly under the decay special rule.
Yeah.
What does it say? Go and have a look at that.
It says
paragraph.
However, this free will point can only be so they get it for free, so they can do it every turn.
So we change our answer.
Yes.
That's a disaster for the tree.
That tree is going down.
That's coming off once a turn. Weird, yeah.
Well,
good point. Well made.
Twice a turn.
Yeah, it's on a 4+, isn't it? So it's likely.
Yeah.
It could chuck extra will at it, couldn't you?
Yeah, it could. Yeah.
That's brutal. You got to try and somehow kill those shamans or be hiding at that. Oh, it's only got a range of 6 inches, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So if they just
sit close.
If they just sit behind that line, it's going to be very tough for the elves. Do you want to cover a final assault on Lothlorien?
Yes.
Again, just another tree-filled board, isn't it? Where's my brew?
Bear with.
While Damien's catching up, I hope you're all enjoying this. We will get to the juicier stuff, but I do, when I review the books like this, I do like to go through from cover to cover. A lot of people are interested in the profiles and the legendary legions, as we all are, but a few narrative-minded players and gamers do like to find out about the scenarios, which is very cool. And I think they're cool anyway, so it's a nice way to do it. We'll get some juicy stuff at the end.
You might have to do it, mate. I think
Gone funny.
I can't quite see it. I don't know if there's a slight issue with my internet. It's gone a bit too blurry to read.
So, final assault Lothlorien. Lothlorien has been embroiled in all-out war. The orc army that has marched from Mordor has been joined by a rabble of goblins, wargs, and other creatures that have come from the base of the Misty Mountains. Together, they have forced the Galathrim armies back to Caras Galadhon, is it? Galadhon? How do you pronounce it? Galadhon?
Is it DH?
DH.
DH is then.
Galathon. And now they prepare to launch one final attack.
That's why it's Galathrim, not Galadrim. DH is the...
on the Elven City with the intent of conquering it in the Dark Lord's name. Objectives are, this is the final assault on Lothlorien and the combined forces of orcs and goblins that have come to destroy Caras Galathon. The game lasts until the end of the turn, which one force... Again, this is just get down to 25, kill as quick as possible. Galadriel is in this. So you got Galadriel with the Mirror of Galadriel, Celeborn with heavy armor, shield, and Elven Maid, hand and half sword. Rummel, Orifin, 24 Galathrim warriors, 12 Wood Elf warriors, 4 Guard of the Galathrym Court, and 3 Wood Elf Sentinels. And then for evil, you've got Musgur, Orc Shaman, Druzag, Ashrak, 24 Orcs, 6 Warg Riders, 6 Orc Trackers, 24 Moria Goblins, 8 Venomback Spiders, and 3 Warg Marauders. So this is a good old scrap. Cover of Darkness is one of the special rules. Hang on, you've got Galadriel. If Galadriel is slain, then the game immediately ends and the evil side is victorious regardless of any other factors. Cover of Darkness, the battle takes place at night. As such, due to the reduced visibility, models cannot be targeted by shooting, magical powers, or special abilities over 12 inches away. However, as it is much harder to avoid a shot in the dark, all shooting attacks gain a bonus of +1 when rolling to wound.
That's the ill met by moonlight special rule.
Yeah. Models with a cave dweller special rule can see as normal. So goblins, there are not that goblins are very good at shooting, but there are 8 of them with a bow that can just shoot at full range.
But don't they? I think it's been FAQ that they still get the +1. So isn't that the advantage that they can shoot at normal range, but they still get the +1? Yeah,
nice. Dark magics. Evil models may re-roll any number of d6s when making a casting roll and defend the Golden Wood. All good models automatically pass any courage test they are required to take.
That's good.
That's very good. That's very good. So that'll be
any number of d6s when making a casting roll.
Yeah. Venomback Spiders, they cause terror.
I don't think they cause terror. They are the aren't they Druzag's Ashrak's upgraded ones?
Yeah.
They're the ones that do. Am I going to get to this before destroying my laptop?
What's Venom do? Is it just reroll ones?
Venom is reroll ones, and I think Venomback Spiders are reroll all wounds.
All wounds,
I believe.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, let me have a little look for you.
I've got a feeling you're right because I remember playing Druzag once, and yeah,
Druzag. Oh, they're not there.
I think you're right there.
Oh, here you go. It's Ashrak who can upgrade them to Venomback at +2, and they get the Venom special rule. They must already have the back special rule. So that's confusing then. All right, so they get Venom. What do spiders normally get? Is it poison that they normally get?
I don't know.
The thing is, for this, you need 3 different books because giant spiders are now in Armies of the Hobbit, and the poison rules are in the main rule book. So giant spiders have poison. They have poisoned fangs. So we're changing poison to venom. Yeah. So I think you're going to find that poison is reroll ones.
Yes.
And venom is reroll all wounds.
All wounds. Yeah.
Let's have a look. Poison is reroll once, and venom.
Shelob got venom automatic, hasn't she?
Venom isn't in the special rule. I shit thee not. Okay, I'll keep looking.
I think that's
maybe
what it is.
Is it Shelob's rule? Maybe it's Shelob's rule.
Maybe it is Shelob's. I think it is reroll all wounds. Someone in the chat.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah,
that's what I thought Venom did.
It sounds right.
They get the Venom special rule, but it's not a special rule. How exciting! Let's go and find Shelob. Because I think you're right. I think Shelob does have Venom. Shelob does. She has a special rule called Venom.
It doesn't tell you what it does. Is it in the main rule? Have you looked in the main rule book?
Yeah, I was looking at special rules in the main rule book.
Check the index. See if Venom's in there.
I haven't moved V in the alphabet, have they? Throw stones,
you still have to see it.
In combat stance, will of evil, woodland creature. I'm going, Matt. I'm so pleased this is happening on the internet. Venom, 103.
Isn't Bane of Kings and Venom the same thing? Reroll all.
103.
Yeah, reroll. Everyone's shouting at you. Reroll all. Damien, stop being so thick. It's reroll all.
Yeah, it is. That's where it is. It's well, I'm not being thick.
It's under
I got
B.
it right. It's under B. Yeah. Yeah, I'm being thick. They put Venom under B. That's me. Venom is under Bane of Things.
Oh, God.
So I was right about the special rule. I was just wrong about where they put
Wrong
V
about the
in
page.
the alphabet.
Yeah.
But to answer my question, have they moved V in the alphabet? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that...
Sean Williams, pictures of the Wardrake have not leaked yet. No, we
haven't seen that. Yeah, so that's cool. That's another cool scenario. It's just a fight to the death. It's tough. There's bonuses and downsides for both sides, really. Both getting... What's the all good models automatically pass courage? What do they need to pass courage for? Other than broken, is there anything? There's not anything there, is there?
Spiders cause terror.
They do, yeah.
Spiders in there.
Yeah, that's what it's for, then, isn't it? And protect Galadriel as much as possible.
Anything else in there causing terror?
I don't think there is.
Drazag. Yeah, because Drazag.
It's got Fury.
It doesn't make things cause terror.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
I think Marauders cause terror as well.
Do they?
Themselves. They certainly used to. Yeah, there's 8.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. How many Marauders are there?
3.
Lucky they re-released them, right? Okay, next scenario. The Fall of Dol Guldur.
Look at that artwork.
Yeah.
That's where you need your your fortress of Dol Guldur.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Multi-pack.
It's very cool. By the way, if anyone wants to paint me 10 ruins,
I've got one. I've got
up.
one done from my never-ending battle company. I've got one, and the amount of metal rivets on that.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm doing one for a display board. The idea of doing a table of them.
It's grim. It's grim, mate.
There's no quick way of doing that.
No.
You've got to pick them out.
Well, there is.
Dry brush stone.
Just get someone else to do it.
Yeah, don't paint them. Don't paint them.
So this, you'd need to jog my memory, but I've got a feeling that there's a similar scenario to this. Not exactly the same, but similar.
What, Fallen Necromancer?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's isn't this where she actually, this is her going in kind of after the War Ring and breaking Dol Guldur.
Yeah,
I don't think that's in Fallen Necromancer. I think Fallen Necromancer is.
Oh no, yeah, it's not the same thing, but I mean the way it's played with the ruins and stuff. I'm sure there's one very similar. So the objectives are the Galathrim have come to protect Galadriel, who intends to tear down the walls of Dol Guldur for good. The game lasts until one player completes their objective. The good player wins immediately if they can destroy all 7 of the ruins in Dol Guldur. The evil player wins immediately if Galadriel is slain. Galadriel may only attempt to cast the following magical power during the game: Breakstone. It's a 3-inch range and it's cast on a 4-up. Animals.
They gave the orcs kill trees and they've given her knockdown ruins.
Yeah. The Galathrim have been at war with the orcs and goblins and are still very weary from the conflict. Each good hero model starts the game with 1 fewer might point than usual. Harsh. You've got Galadriel, Celeborn, Rummel, Orifin, 24 Galathrim warriors, 4 Guard of Galathrim Court, and then you've got for evil 6 Castellans of Dol Guldur with Morgul Blade, 12 Hunter Orcs, and 12 Felwargs for Mechwood Spiders.
There's not, having flipped through here, there isn't a kind of elf army attacking Dol Guldur. It makes sense why you're thinking of that, but there isn't that sort of thing.
Is there a scenario though where you've got to smash ruins up, or is it one with Gandalf in where he's got a...
Gandalf's got to explore ruins.
That's what it is. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, different people doing different things. But
yeah, but he rolls a dice, doesn't he, to say that he's searched it or something. It's the same thing. So. Yeah, search it, blow it up. Same thing, mate. Same thing.
I might need to have a little chat with Anna. Like, Steve, can you go and search the loft for the Christmas decorations? Yeah, no worries. I think let's have a look. I think you're thinking of exploration of Dol Guldur.
Yeah, a bit that.
Which is Radagast actually.
Is it Radagast?
against the Witch King. So it's got 2 models in, so very similar. And in this, there are however 6 objectives. They're not ruins. They're not ruins. That's important. And he has to roll a dice on a 1 to 5.
Okay, let me ask you this. On the map, has it got black dots on it?
Yeah, do you know?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'll give you that. Look, the map's pretty similar, right?
It's got black dots on it. Yeah. That's what it is, mate. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, fair enough. The map is a couple of black dots.
So I wasn't incorrect. Similar.
I'm not willing to say that. I'll go with you that the map's quite similar.
Yeah,
that's as far as I'm going.
That's it. But no, it's a cool little scenario game. Very different to what we used to play in, and it's just cool. It's just cool. It looks cool. Be fun to play. So that is the end of the narrative scenarios. We then get a page of explaining the campaign, Defence of the North.
Let's give you a little chat catch up.
Yeah,
Other art. We saw Helm Hammerhand in War and Rohan before it released.
We did, yeah.
Joe suggests Sternhelm was released of the book. I think she was, but I think we saw her in the book first. Joe also suggests the alternate Thorin's Company was the Unexpected Journey. That's true, but then that took about 6 years to be released.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm hoping that
That's a long old wait.
Hoping that Orifin, Rumil, and a Wardrake will be along in the next couple of months. A lot of love for Haldir, Rumil, and Orifin. Better view of the new Rumil in that picture, I think. Yeah, so good. And then we start talking about what a Venom. Someone actually asked what a Venom Pack Spider was.
Yeah, just don't ask us anything that you want clarification on, because you'll just end up more confused.
Someone says, wouldn't that mean her name was Galath 3L as well? No, it's the DH.
It's DH, yeah.
DH is the. You often hear people saying it Galadrim. Yeah. But it's not just a D.
No. So yeah, campaign. We get an explanation into the campaign for Defence of the North, the scenario bonuses, the order of which you play them. Campaign 1, Campaign 2, Campaign 3, and then we're on to armies. The juicy stuff, Damien. The juicy stuff. Are we ready for this?
So ready.
Are we ready?
Sean Williams has correctly pointed out it was B for Venom.
B for Venom, obviously. Welcome, Destro. Good to have you, mate. Good to have you.
Absolutely. Dale Groves has just joined us as well. Yeah.
Welcome, Dale. Welcome. So the first army is the Garrison of Dale. Any change? Is that the same?
Are we on? What are we on? Legions?
No, just the army.
I'm just waiting for YouTube to catch up. Sorry.
Just the army list. Garrison of Dale.
So it's just whether or not if there's anything new. Presumably everything.
Well, there is, but it's not new to us because we got the models ages ago, didn't we? But this is clarification on the profiles for Brand and Bard and the Knight. Has anything changed? Has anything changed from the experimental rules? Are we aware of?
Oh, I don't know. Generally not. Generally not. I'm not going to say absolutely not without certainty, but
so Brand is 110, fight 5, strength 4, defense 7, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, courage 5, 331, resolve, strike, strength, 12-inch stand fast.
The army composition is interesting. It hasn't got the wind lance in it. So the army, that means you can only take the wind lance in the
Legendary Legion. Yeah, that's odd, isn't it? Right?
Well,
but it's not a massive advantage, really.
Well, I presume what they're doing. What does that mean? Because the Legendary Legions, the new ones, they're saying you can only take the wind lance in new era Dale. Because you see what I mean? If you wanted new era Dale, which is Brand and Bard, you'd take the Legendary Legion because it's a bit better. So you can take the wind lance in that. If you wanted old era Dale, which is Girion, you can't take the wind lance.
Which don't make any sense because he
had them. Yeah, but maybe I don't know. Maybe their point is that he only had one, which is the one Girion had.
Or maybe it'll get FAQ'd.
Maybe, yeah. It could have been.
They might have just copy and pasted that page from.
Well, they've put Brandon Bard in it.
Yeah, but I mean the first page, the Garrison of Dale page, the breakdown of the army bonus and army composition.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's now got
you
Brandon
changed the
Bard
word
in
in.
it,
Yeah.
But it hasn't got the wind lance in it.
Oh, Dale Brand. Yeah. That's weird.
They're cool. I mean, we've seen them. I think they're the same.
They're very cool. I like them a lot. I can't wait to get them back off.
Great models.
Yeah, beautiful.
We're painting those next couple of months.
Reese has got mine. I think he's painted them. He's done a cracking job from what I've seen so far. I can't wait to get my hands on them.
Is he matching the paint job you did before you stripped them?
I did have. This is actually my second Dale army. I did have a Dale army that I sold like an idiot. Got the Knight of Dale profile, and then obviously the Windlands profile, which for anybody who hasn't seen or heard or has been under a rock for the past few days, 75 points. Siege engine. It's a small siege engine crewed by 2 Warriors of Dale with armor and sword. One of these is automatic siege veteran. All crew members have the Mandale infantry and warrior keywords. A Windlance has the superior construction upgrade. You can upgrade the siege veteran to a Dale captain engineer for 50 points. You can add additional crew for 7 points each. There's an accurate special rule. When firing a Windlance on a battlefield target, the shot scatters 3 inch rather than 6. Thoughts on it? What's the difference between this and the other one? This one can move. You can move this one, right? You couldn't move Bards. Is that right?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think it's exactly the same, isn't it?
You can move this one with 2.
Can't you move the other one?
I don't think you could. With Bard. He could move away from it if you equipped
It's superior construction, the one that changes it from the entire board to 24 inches beyond the edge of the board.
Yeah.
I think it's that, isn't it? As the
I'm just going to get Bard's profile up. Just bear with me a second.
I'm just checking that's the. I think it makes it 48 to 72 or something like that.
Is it a Hobbit?
I can't find the siege engines. I presume the siege engines are listed under cavalry, under C for siege engine.
Let's find Dale. Oh, it won't be Dale, will it? Be Lake Town.
East with Venom. Jiminy Cricket, put that on a mug. Siege engine.
Bear with us, folks. I just want to double check this.
Here for the hot action. Superior construction. Yeah, its maximum range is increased by 12. So its range there, I think it's just a standard range of siege weapons at 48, I guess.
Yeah, so the Windlance is equipable to Bard the Bowman on survivors. The Windlance follows all the rules of the same thing when it's small. Yeah, so Bard's the only crew member, so he can't move that on his own.
You can get other people to move it, right?
No, he's the only crew member.
Yeah, but non-crew can move a siege engine, can't they?
Can they?
Yeah, it's untrained crew when you shoot it. I think any.
But isn't that wouldn't you say that the fact that Windlance, though unlike normal crew, he can choose to move more than 6 inches away from it if it's.
Yeah, because siege engine crew can't leave their siege engine. So it's saying Bard can leave the Windlance.
But it doesn't say you're allowed to add additional crew.
If you don't need crew, it's just models. 3 models may move.
I always thought you couldn't move it. It just shows.
I think so. Up to their usual maximal movement distance, providing all 3 start the move phase and remain. Siege engine moves at the rate as the slowest model. 2 models may move a siege engine, but up to half their move distance.
Fair enough.
A single model may not move a siege engine by itself. I think so.
Yeah, fair dues. Fair dues.
Can you imagine? I get that you'd be worse at shooting it, but ideally you'd be worse at pushing it because you haven't been trained. It's like, right, come on, guys, we're going to push it. I haven't had the training, mate. It's just pushing.
I mean, it is on a big concrete slab. I think they struggle, to be honest. Joe Holzman says Bard's Windlance cannot be moved.
Well, maybe is that a special rule that you haven't read out yet?
That's what I always...
in his rule.
Well, no, because he's not in here. He's not in this book.
Back to if his Windlance has got a rule that says it can't be moved, that's a special thing for him, I think. So you might be right on that then.
I don't know what. Don't ask me why, because I've never actually brought it in game. I just always assumed.
No one has.
There's no point. But I just don't. But I think, is that why though? Normal siege engine rules say crew and other friendly models. Windlance says Bard is its only crew. Note this means he cannot move it. I don't think you can, mate. I don't think you can move it.
That says it counts as a siege engine only crew. No, this means he cannot move the Windlance.
I don't think you can.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe there's another sub-paragraph in that bit that I was reading where it says you have to be crew to move it.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
I don't know.
I don't think you can. Like we say, it's not that big a deal because no one flipping takes it with him. What are your thoughts on a Windlance? Good?
I think it's super cool to have it as more of an option because you very rarely see it. I'm not convinced you will see it. As anecdotally, Callum Edens took it to 7 Stones. He took it with Girion.
Yeah.
And he kept looking at me every day and go, it's rubbish, mate. Because it's one shot. I think it doesn't do knockback.
Yeah.
and it has no splash damage. And then he killed a mimic with it.
Yeah. It's that.
So
It's that thing. It's like most shooting in this game, though.
Turn,
Yeah.
but it can do massive damage to the thing it hits. Is that worth 75 points? But I think it's mega that it's back in the game.
Yeah, it's cool. It looks cool.
I've bought one.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think I would take it to something like doubles or Throne of Skulls or my tournament if I was doing it. I don't think if I was playing competitively, I'd pop one in.
I just need to go in the chat and delete sexy chat XYZ.
Sorry about that. I put it in.
Yeah, I just need to get rid of that.
I just thought the chat wasn't getting sexy enough.
I think that's how you do it. So that should. Sorry
It's
about
a bit.
that, folks.
Isn't the wind lance a bit cheaper because it includes crew now, right? Is that a fair
So
point?
was it 75? Was it still
guys.
75 points just to give it to Bard?
I think it's 75 for Bard and Girion.
Yeah, so you get 2 crew now.
You get 2 dudes.
And a point of might for the veteran.
Yeah, well, doesn't he get Might Will Fate?
Yeah, so you get that.
So that's 15 points.
Yeah. And what's a Dale Warrior?
It is 75 points still.
Are they 8?
How many points? I don't know. They're about 8, aren't they?
They're 8.
Humans, probably 7 before they take anything. Yeah, 7 points without anything.
And I don't think the crew don't have anything. They just have a sword, don't they? So
cracking, lovely models though. Lovely.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, it's cool. So yeah, I'm like you. I mean, I would have got it, but I would have bought it anyway, just because it's cool and it goes with the Dale army. And you want your army just to look super cool and themey.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a 60. It depends if you. It's a 45 point siege engine. If you don't mind the Might Will Fate.
Yeah.
45p. Yeah, I think it's fun. I think I'd be more likely to take it with that than I would to put the heroes on it.
Well, here's the thing: it's 45 points, and people are saying, "Oh, it's a waste of 45 points," which a majority of the time it probably will be. But that one game,
yeah, exactly,
like, where it kills a mummock, you're like, very good. Yeah, that's the best 45 pence I've ever spent.
I saw once because I watched him. I like to come around and watch Callum be sad during his goes with it, and I watched him shoot, and he decided to shoot at Gollum.
Yeah,
because he was trying. They had the Goblin King, but the Goblin King still had fate, so it wasn't worth going for him or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he said, "I'll try and take out Gollum." So he shot a Gollum, and there was a goblin in the way, and he failed the in the way roll, and then didn't kill the goblin. It's like the wind lance. This is 75 points each. I just fired a bolt that just basically knocked the goblin down. And Callum, like, see, what do you do? But yeah, if you have those massive targets like a big troll or something,
yeah,
you know, it's an insta kill, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just have to hit,
yeah,
and then roll a 3+ to wound, presumably.
Yeah, and you got that point of might, and you can upgrade. You can upgrade to a captain and get 2 points of might.
Yeah, but no one in the history of the world has ever done.
No.
I think it's cool.
It's cool.
As I said, I'm painting Dale next. I'll tell you what, I might take one to doubles because I haven't painted enough Dale models. There you go. That's my pledge.
75 points.
I've got 90. Yeah, I've got 19 models to paint, which it would be fine for most people. But if I don't get them done, I might be going. Well,
yeah, if you bring that, that's 10. That's 10 warriors you don't have to pay.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. Be on the phone to Trophy. Good news, but I've got a siege engine now. Bad news. My army is about 4 models.
I think I like it.
I like it. I think
I'll definitely use it. Let's put it that way. I'll definitely use it.
I love that they've kind of looked at the range and gone, oh, well, there's a creative thing. We had a wind lance. That's I think it's still in production at the moment, isn't it? With the Bard model.
With Bard on it, yeah.
And never fired it.
Yeah.
Let's take that. Let's make it into better resin. I reckon that Bard's going to vanish if it hasn't already.
Yeah.
Now
it's weird. It's weird. It's got a weird face anyway.
It's a weird model shooting the thing that never.
Yeah, it's an odd model. And then obviously we've got the Errorboar and Dale Battle Company, which speaks for itself. Is what it is.
Is it just that Knight of Dales have entered into there? Is that the change?
I can't remember because, as I said in our community challenge that we did for the creator community,
it was lovely to be part of that community.
It was amazing to be part of that and to share it with the wider community, all the content that we did. I've not really touched on battle companies, even though I'm a big fan of it and would advise. I have said to players who are coming into the game, new players, play Battle Companies first because you don't need a lot of minis. It's cool. I've never actually played it properly. I've had, I think, 2 games of it, which was pointed out to me, which I forgot about. But I now have 2 Battle Companies, and I will try and play, possibly get some content on the channel. But I don't know enough about Battle Companies to be able to discuss this. But there it is there if you're interested.
Can I just see there? I can't quite see it. Does the Warriors of Dale advance to a Knight of Dale?
Reinforcement, Warrior Dale,
advancements.
Warrior Dale and Spear. Yeah, Knight of Dale.
Yeah, because in some chat or something earlier, someone said, "Why don't they advance to a Knight of Dale?" And I think they must have just missed that or something. They do, because that's another new thing. I really, really wish that was 2 battle companies.
Yeah.
I'd really like to do a Dale one or an Arable one.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Given that they've now got 38, I kind of feel like, where's my Dale? Where's my just Dale company? But obviously it's battle company, so you couldn't you?
Yeah.
You easily could.
Yeah. Who knows?
I say, yeah, but people like battle companies.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool little way of playing the game. Then we got Errorboar Reclaimed, which again we got the Day 9 Fort Thorin at Stonehelm, which don't feel new anymore, but they were.
I believe are they not the first things we had?
They were.
We have had those for a very long. I think it was March. I believe March or April.
Great minis. I really like the miniatures.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Really like the miniatures. I think the nicest Thorin that I've seen painted thus far in the flesh is Dan Collister's. His Thorin is beautiful. His Dane is stunning as well, but his Thorin really jumped out at me when I seen it. It's very cool. Very, very cool.
Destro is very excited to order his Marauder and Easterling dice. There's a lot of the Moria stuff there that people are going to be very excited to get their hands on. People think it must be an oversight about the lack of the Wind Lance in the army list.
Yeah, I think it must be. It's a bit odd otherwise. It's very odd.
And Tim is saying that it's a smaller base on the new Wind Lance. Is it down to a 40mm instead of a 60mm?
I can't tell you.
Okay, here's what the kiddies think about the crew thing. So Joe's saying the Wind Lance can't be moved. He's the only crew member. Then Daylight Gamers say any model can help move a siege engine, just like a heavy object. Joe says normal siege engine rules say crew or other friendly models. That's what I thought. Wind Lance says Bard is its only crew. Note this means he cannot move it. But I think that means he can't move it on his own. I don't think that means it can't be moved. Enigmaya wants the battle companies in a White Dwarf or something else. They don't have to lug the book around. It's reasonable enough. And then there's a bit of discussion. I think anyone can move it. I think most people are siding on anyone can move it. And then sexy chat XYZ is all over it. They think the Wind Lance can be moved.
They're talking about moving it into places where we can't say live on air.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they will. They'll take your Wind Lance to places you can only dream of. And Tim thinks it's great that you can. I'm not going mad, am I? Fohammer's Tim.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tim. I suddenly started to doubt myself. While Tom Harrison is screaming, "I'm not Tim, you fool." He thinks it's good that you can take the Wind Lance without tying up your main hero.
Well, he didn't get tied up anyway because he could move away from it as much as he wanted.
Yeah, but then you can fire it.
Yeah, true.
Girion and Bard were the only ones who could fire it as not untrained crew.
Yeah, stop.
People are suggesting that Ori's better than the Wind Lance.
He is better than the Wind Lance.
Yeah. Ori for Wind Lance every time. A lot of Ori love in the chat tonight. Here's some experience from Tim. Played a doubles game with Girion and the Wind Lance. First game got surrounded due to Maelstrom and just trapped my own troops in. Everyone died. Next game, it got its points back, gave our opponent something to worry about. Girion was tied up the whole game. Looking forward to troops being able to use it. Great stuff.
Glenn says Dubicard changed to affect Dane, 6-inch banner. And Ross says Thorin the Third is 10 points cheaper in the official thingy. I think that's the first time a profile has changed from the experimental.
There's probably a few things. Someone lost a banner, didn't they? I think a Knight of Tail lost a banner. Yeah, there's been a few things over the years. They don't normally kind of change in the way that people, whenever people go, I hate this rule, I hope it changes by the time they release it. It's never that. It's just normal, some slight balancing things normally.
Yeah. Well, they released them experimental rules, and then obviously, they're keeping an eye on what's happening in competitive play as well, and seeing how
50 mil base for the wind lance.
You're welcome, Dan. If it's just that he can't move it on his own, surely that's just normal scene changing rules and wouldn't need to be stated. That's probably what's thrown me, Joe, to be honest. Absolutely makes sense that it can be moved, but if so, adding that note makes no sense. I agree.
I think it's just telling you that he can't move it. I don't disagree that it's not repetition.
But the rules for siege engine means one model can't move it anyway, so why reinforce that?
Why put Venom under B? We live in strange times.
Why release experimental rules then decrease the points value by 10? Why pay a 10-point tax for not having the book yet?
If I've read all the rules that matter, at a tournament, I'd struggle to argue with anyone trying to move that wind lance.
But again, it's not something that I would dig my heels in about. It's just what I don't know. To be honest, I don't know why I assumed it.
It's also one of those theory. How many wind lie do you see, and then how many people try and move the dice?
Well, Mark Tyner says he's going to get 3 wind lances and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Definitely getting 2, says Tim. First time experimental rules have been changed, but also first time experimental rules have been released so far ahead of the book. And then King says B for Venom. Okay, let's move on a page. So we've got Lothlorien. We've got the new profile of Orifin, which is well worth talking about. So he's 85 points. Hero Fortitude. Fight 6, 3+ shoot value, strength 4, defense 6, 3 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6. He's 3/1/1. He's got heavy armor and 2 elven made swords. He's got heroic strength, and he's got a special rule, Whirl of Blades. If Orifin rolls 1 or more natural 6s when making a dual roll, then any dice that roll a natural 6 will make double the number of strikes they would normally when striking to wound. You know that any strikes doubled in this way will not double again if the model Orifin is fighting is trapped. So as you roll a natural 6, you basically roll as if they're trapped anyway.
Sweet.
That is a nice special rule to squeeze in. It's very cool. It's very cool.
It's a tasty new rumour
there. Yes. Yeah, that is a new model, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely a new model.
Yeah. It's very similar, though.
Yeah, it's a very similar vote. It looks to me like Galadriel's...
Is it just a new head?
No, it's definitely new. But I think in the original his sword's further back as well.
Is it?
I think his sword would be in the original. I think his sword is more kind of level with his head.
Right.
It's like his elbows bent back.
Yeah.
But he had. Do you remember? I don't know if you've got him in that model. The old cloak was horrible.
The
back of the cloak was hideous.
Is it? I've got it. It's still in the blister. I've not even opened it.
But I think what they've gone for is they wanted to do Orifin, and it's like the Shagrat, Snaga, and Grishnak. So we're doing Snaga. Who can we put with him thematically?
Yeah. And
so they've gone with what's a long out of print model. I think Haldir they've just brought back. They've got a lot of Haldirs. Rumil. A lot of people want him. He's only ever had one sculpt. Get rid of a metal model from the range.
No, is that 2? He's had the Helm's Deep one, hasn't he? With the Finecast one, and then he had the bow one.
That's Haldir.
Oh, it's Haldir, yeah. Has there ever been one Rumil?
Yeah. I'll go back over to Zoo.
No, because there's the Rumil like that looks like that, and then there's the other one that's sort of like that.
That's Haldir.
Oh, that's Haldir, yeah.
They're all.
Yeah, we've just had that conversation, haven't we?
They're all. All the other Rumils you're thinking of, they're all Haldir.
Yeah, they're Haldirs, yeah.
I just quite like this content. I've just come back to Zoo to just watch you staring, trying to make up Rumils.
Listen, I will say I'm on medication at the moment.
So they've got, he's not in the range. Presumably, I think they can't really sell one Forge-World model on their own. That seems
they haven't yet, have they?
They've got the Keeper, but he's chunkier and more expensive. They normally do twin packs for whatever reason. Something to do with casting, probably, or molds, or I don't know. And so they probably went, well, we need a 2-pack. Who would go with Orifin? Let's make a new rule. But cool. the old cloak is proper crap on the back. Yeah. But it looks like Galadriel's doing like, she's going to be holding an apple there, and Rumil has to like stab it or something. That has to kind of catch it.
Or it looks like
good.
looks like the brothers are having a bit of an argument. She's going, "Whoa, whoa,
Yeah, calm down, guys. Calm down.
on, we're all friends
him.
here."
But he's got 3 attacks, which is quite nice.
Yes.
So he's got the edge over Haldir there, but I think Rumil's got 3 attacks as well.
Rumil makes you reroll 6s.
Yeah.
And he does more damage by rolling 6s. Just the 2.
What I really like.
How many? Is it the same points?
I will find out for you ever so soon. We have Haldir, who is 70, but if we're giving him heavy armor, are we? Heavy armor and elbow sword, so he would be 80 with his bow. He'd be 85. So the same points, yeah.
Yeah.
And Rumil is 85 points with the same things, and then those 2 can have elven cloaks that he can't have. Can't get an elven cloak.
There's no option there, no.
I heard someone else say earlier that he's also not a woodland creature.
Nope.
That's got to be a mistake.
Yeah, that's got to be a mistake.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, that'll get FAQ'd 100%.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if he gets FAQ'd to have an elven cloak and be a woodland creature.
Yeah, possibly. I wonder if there's any. Is there any way that? Where are they? I'm just looking at them. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm reading too much into this, but the option in like Rumil's profile here, the option for an elven cloak there is above the woodland creature rule. And so it's not above special rules, but I just wonder if there's some chance that section almost got cropped out or something.
Got cropped out, yeah. Could be.
Don't know.
Could be.
But so they're all pretty much 85 points. With the comparable war gear, obviously Haldir gets his bow, and Rumil is only 2 attacks. He's only 2 attacks placed.
Yeah, 2 attacks. Yeah. So he's more of a beat stick, isn't he? He's more.
You've got Rumil's a defensive one, Haldir's a shooty one, and Orphan's a choppy one.
Yeah.
So I definitely think a 3 attack. He's a bit like a Tario, 3 attack elf hero, fairly cheap, 3 might,
fight 6,
pretty good.
4, yeah, he's good. I think
Whether
he's
or not I really like the balancing they've done is that he doesn't have strike.
Yes.
And Haldir gets strike. Rumil doesn't get strike either. So there's a nice balance there of. I don't know. I think Haldir probably still takes it for me because of his bow and the utility that gives you. But I love that.
I always found Haldir's bow. I've used Haldir a couple of times. I always found the fact that he's got a bow is very, very handy in certain situations.
I think the rule's great.
But the model's cool.
Yeah, model's cool. Most of the time, the rule won't take any impact because we'll just be fighting warriors. But you hit him against the hero. He's got 3 dice. He has to get a natural 6 for it to work. But I think it's just a nice cheeky little bonus.
Yeah.
I think he's right up there for me with that kind of when they chuck in the extra hero, and it might be obvious to Lothlorien players. I don't know, but to me that feels like he's in the discussion.
Yes.
I'm not saying you'd automatically take him or you automatically wouldn't.
No.
But I think you'd have a chat. I think the 3rd attack in that rule is a nice, option to have in your list.
Yeah. I think he's definitely going to have. I know what you're saying. I think Haldir for me because of, but only because I've used him. I've never used Rumil in an army. I've not got a painted Rumil. I've got him.
I've got an unpainted Rumil. I've got the old one.
So I've never used him, so I couldn't say. But I've played against him quite a lot. I probably played against.
Are you sure you weren't playing against Haldir?
I've played against Rumil more than I've played against Haldir because I've been in that position where they've gone, reroll that 6, and it's been really annoying.
And you were like, "What? Why does Haldir get that wrong?"
I'm like, it doesn't say that on Haldir's profile. What's going on? But no, I agree with you. It's one of those things where you think, right, which one do I want, or which 2 do I want? It's cool. It's cool. I like it. The model's really cool. So 100% pick that up, and we'll squeeze it into an army somewhere, I think. Next one, Halls of Thranduil. Nothing there that we've not seen before. All exactly the same. And then we're on to B Awnings. So this army may include Beorn, Grimbeorn and B Awnings. The army bonus is, whilst the B Awnings are not an army list in their own right, they do have their own legendary legion on page 90 that has been purpose-built to represent the B Awnings on the battlefield. In this legendary legion that we will be talking about here. Right, so yeah. So Grimbeorn. 200 points, Hero of Valor. Hand and a half, axe and a great bow. He's fight 5, 4+, strength 5, defense 5, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, courage 6, 3/3/3, heroic strike, strength and defense. He's burly, fearless, resistant to magic, and has woodland creature. He's got the skin changer special rule. To change Grimbeorn's form, the controlling player may roll a d6 at the start of Grimbeorn's move. On a 4+, you may use might to change this. Grimbeorn changes shape from a man into a bear, or vice versa. You can't do it if you are in base contact with an enemy model. Leader of the B Awnings, Grimbeorn is aware of those not of his race. Only bear or B Awning models may benefit from Grimbeorn's heroic actions or standfast. Grimbeorn is historical allies with the Halls of Thranduil, so long as the army contains Thranduil. He's convenient allies with the dead of Dunharrow. Errorboar reclaimed, as long as, it includes Dane Ironfoot, King of the Mountain, or Thorin Stonehelm. Fangorn, Fellowship, Fiefdoms, Garrison of Dale, so long as it includes Brand or Bard II, Lothlorien, Minas Tirith, the Misty Mountains, the Rangers, Rivendell, Rohan, Shire, Wildman, and Druiden. He's impossible allies with all other army lists. Thoughts on Grimbeorn? Oh, he's got 2 pages, hasn't he? So Grimbeorn as a bear,
the bear use the axe. That's all I want to know.
He's move 8, fight 7, 4+ shoot value, which is relevant. Strength 8, defense 8, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, courage 6. Teeth and claws, strike, strength, defense against. Same special rules. Skin changes the same. Leader of B Awnings, same. Crushing strength. He gets this brutal power attack whilst in bear form. If Grimbeorn wins a duel, instead of striking as normal, choose a losing model. That model immediately suffers a strength 10 hit. If the 2 wound roll is successful, the victim suffers another strength 10 hit, and so on until the victim is dead or Grimbeorn fails to wound. So it's strength 10, strength 10. Which
is the same, isn't it? It's
the same. I think it's the same. Is it the same name? Is it still called Crushing Strength for Beorn? Yeah, so it's the same rule. And is Beorn 200 points?
Yes.
Is it the same profile, pretty much?
All right, this is what I'm trying to work out. It's the same profile, but Grimbeorn is 1 point of fight less as a man. All right, so Beorn's fight 6. But Grimbeorn gets a bow. He gets a great bow.
A great bow.
You can see it there on his back.
Yeah.
And remember, that Beorn used to get a bow way back when.
Yeah.
They've removed it because he doesn't use it. But you're not going to use the bow, right? Because you're going to turn him into a bear. Then I suppose actually, by the same token, you're not going to use the fight value of Beorn as a man.
No. So it's an option there if you want it, I suppose, isn't it?
You know what's fascinating? The only other, so that's basically the change in the points. You lose a point of fight and he gets the bow, but he also gets Leader of the B Awnings, right?
Yeah.
So his rule is only bear or B Awning models can benefit from Beorn's heroic actions or stand fast. Okay.
Yeah.
So that means he can affect. It means he can't affect minnows for one thing, which is a bit weird. I get it when it was Beorn and the bear couldn't lead people, but he's one of very few heroes in the game who can only, as a man, can only affect his own race, right? But it says B Awnings or bears, right? There is only one other bear in the game. That's Beorn. And Beorn has a rule that says he can't use the standfast or heroic actions of other models. So
which one?
Do we think the new one trumps it? Because that's him yelling at his dad.
Yeah.
But the only reason you would put bear there is if that trumps Beorn the bear.
Yeah.
So.
And another argument to back that up is when Beorn's rule saying that was wrote, this didn't exist.
Also, Beorn's fearless.
Yeah.
So it's irrelevant. Funny. So basically you're swapping a bow. So I actually think in a way, let's assume you don't catastrophically fail to roll a 4+ again and again and again. I think Grimbeorn might be a smidgen better because he gets a great bow early on. And
you get that option if you need it,
Yeah, and this fight value really shouldn't come into it because you should turn into a bear.
Yeah.
No, but the bear's lower as well.
Is it?
Oh no, he is. The bear's fight 7 and Beorn's fight 8.
Oh, there you go.
And No, that's huge then.
So why does that? I don't understand how they're the same points then. What?
Well, you get.
Is it Hero Legend, Bjorn?
No, they're both Valor. So you get basically Bayorn has fight 8, which is what will matter, and Grim Bayorn can do a stand fast to Bay Awnings because Bayorn can't do a stand fast to anyone.
Yeah.
In bear form. Oh no, but he probably can't in. Yeah, so he's the leader of the Bay Awnings. So when he's in bear form, you can see on his bear profile, he can still lead. He can do stand fast for Bay Awnings, which Bayorn can't. But Bayorn's, he's good, but Bayorn's better.
Yeah, Bayorn's better.
Is it a problem? Like, I would take both. I think if he's worth it with fight 7 at 200, people always say that Bayorn's not worth it. So if he's not worth it, this slightly worse Bayorn isn't worth it either. But look at the models; he's freaking awesome.
Yeah, the models are class. The man model is
damn
awesome.
The man model's awesome. The bear's awesome.
It's cool.
Are we getting all that resin on the base? Do we think is that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think he's great.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think the Bay Awnings are the thing I'm most excited about in the book.
Yeah, they're class. They're class. So we got the Bay Awning profile, which is 20 points. Man Bay Awning Infantry Warrior. Fight 5, Strength 4, Fight 5, 4+, Strength 4, Defense 4, so low defense. 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 5, hand and a half, axe and dagger. Swap on a hand and a half axe for a great bow for free. They're burly and woodland creature. Whilst within 6 inches of a friendly bear model, the model counts as being in range of a banner. Bay Awnings may be included in Grimbeorn's warband.
They're really bloody good.
20 points.
Expensive, but
Strength
very,
4,
very good.
2 attacks, +1 to wound with the axe.
Yeah. Only half of them have, or well, 2/3 will have it because you'll have the great bows. Great bows are awesome.
Yeah.
Strength 4 bows.
Yeah.
It's nicely balanced though. 2 wounds, but defense 4.
Yeah.
So they're easy
a low
to wound, but not easy to kill.
Yeah.
And 20 points is. I used to run. You might remember back in the day. I used to run hugely heavily elite Isengard armies, all berserkers. Really, they were 2 attacks, only 1 wound, but really good when you hit them. But when you're spending 16 points a model, once you start losing a couple, you're in real trouble.
Yeah. I suppose it's picking your fights, isn't it? So if you keep them close to the bear, you've got 2 attacks plus you've classed as a banner, so you get to reroll 1 at fight 5. You just want them to chew through chaff, really, don't you? And then have the bears doing the big stuff.
Yeah, I think they're cool.
They're
You can pierce
awesome.
a strike with an axe. You can pierce a strike, so you can go for strength 5 +1 to win.
Yeah, weirdly, the pictures of them are not in the book, but they have already been released on the Warhammer community. And if you've not seen them, go and check them out because those are some of the nicest man models. Even though there is a female lady in there that I've seen, and a female lady, and apparently there's lots and lots of different ways to put them together. So 3 types of model, but you can build them.
I think you can do about 9 because I think they've got 2 heads each, and they can all have axes or
and you're
have bows.
probably not going to need more than that for this army.
Yeah,
would you bring this army with just one of the big leaders and then Bay Awnings, or would you go both big guys?
Well,
I think I'd have to go 2 bears. I think having 2 bears on the table would be
double
class.
bear. I loved using Bayorn over the years. He's always hard to fit into whenever I'm using him, you're not using him for competitive edge, you're using him for thematic stuff. And he's quite hard to fit into a thematic army because he doesn't go with a lot of stuff. But I've always loved using Bayorn. So
I've used him a couple of times. Just because I had him and I really wanted to use him, so I just put him into armies. But yeah, he's cool. We
had him as one
of the best, but he's not naff by any stretch.
On a very, very early Palantir sketch, we had him as the best way to kill Smaug. It was all done as a joke, but it's like he's not so bad. All you need is Bayorn to win the fight against him, and then roll 23 pluses, and he'll be dead. It's the only model I think he's the only model in the game that can theoretically 1-turn Smaug.
Yeah. Glenn's pointing out be a cap at 700 points because Heroes of Valor and how many they can bring.
That's not right, is it?
So you got 200, so it'll be 400.
I think Glenn might have his maths quite wrong there.
So what 400? How many can Valor bring? 12.
15.
15. Yeah, that's wrong. That Glenn.
It's 1,000 points.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot, man.
I don't know. Glenn,
that's 30
Bay
Awnings.
Different. I think he might. You know what he's done? He's done it as one bear. He's done Grim Bayorn and 15. I think that'll be.
Right. Yeah.
No, that'd be 500, wouldn't it? It'd be 500.
Yeah.
They can both bring Bay Awnings, I think.
Can Bay Awn bring Bay Awnings? That's that's a point.
I think maybe he doesn't know it, but I think it's in the Legion, isn't it?
It actually says in the special rules, Bay Awnings may be included in Grim Baron's Warband. It doesn't say that about Bay Awn.
Yeah, it's in the Legion, isn't it? And in the Legion,
well, we've not got to that yet, though.
No, well, not at the moment. Then,
so at the minute,
right.
Glenn's all over it.
Glenn's right, yeah. 700 points. That's crap. God, I wish Bayon could lead Bayon. God. Ugh.
So the next army list is Easterlings. Got a few of the new stuff to go through here.
There's a lot of chatter, by the way, about people talking about the erratas, the amount of erratas, and sort of people thinking maybe we should have will there be a new book, a new army book, or a new version that includes all the updates and everything like that. A lot of kind of chat for that, maybe, but I don't see it happening personally.
Yeah. Let's have a look there.
Oh, Grim Bayon. Oh, there's a good point. Apparently, I've missed that. Grim Bayon doesn't have to charge in bear form, unlike his dad.
Yes.
Which I think is good, but still, you'd always want him to charge anyway. You don't normally.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be like moving him around tactfully, would you? You change him into a bear so he can eat stuff.
Yeah, bear, let him eat stuff.
Does he have to charge the nearest one, or does he just have to charge?
Has to charge.
Well, there you go.
I think I'll check it for him.
Joe can lead them in the army. Same army composition.
Zerk. He must always charge an enemy if able to.
Say again.
He must always charge an.
So it's not. Yeah, so it's not closest. So that's because you can do that anyway. Right, let's move on to Easterlings.
Lots of talk for more bears.
More bears. Well, we'll get to the Legendary Legion soon enough. We're on to Easterlings. So there's quite a bit to chat about on this one. So, do you want to cover Dragon Emperor of Rune, Damien?
Oh, not really.
Go on, lad.
We can't. I mean,
I looked at all that text.
We got to go to bed, right?
That's got Damien written all over it.
I mean, this has been done to death. This has been.
Yeah, we're not going to go over, but I mean, there's a question to ask at the end, which I think we're both in agreement with.
Okay, so he's a big blob on his own. It's a complicated model to use. We know what he is. He's a big threes in all the right places. Hero, fight 6, lots of good heroics. He's resistant to magic. I don't think we knew that before the article on Thursday, possibly. Single model, for the purposes of working out, breakpoint. Mm-hmm. And if he was just that one page, it would be very easy to understand. Instead, he gets this filthy palanquin. So he's carried by 6 black dragons. He's not cavalry, so there's no knockdown. As long as it's got 3 or more, it's got 6 wounds. If it's got 3 or more, it moves as normal. If it's reduced to 2 wounds, it is reduced to 3 inches. And if it's reduced to a single wound, it can't move at all. Mm-hmm. In the ways when it's shot at 5+, you have to hit the Dragon Emperor. It's only defense 6, the palanquin, which I think is important for later on how you might deal with it. And the palanquin can't stay around. So if he gets dismounted for whatever reason, it's just him and his dudes left. And after he wins a fight, the palanquin may make a number of strikes equal to its remaining moves. Remaining wounds.
Yeah.
And they're at strength 3. So so it's not always an extra 6 attacks.
No.
If it's been wounded, it will be going down. Can't be knocked prone. That's important, with the exception of it being hit by a siege engine. Get your wind lance out for the boys.
Yep.
It cannot be affected by hurl or barge. It cannot be moved by sorcerer's blast, cool winds. And then it's a 12-inch banner. There's no -1 for carrying it, and +1 to fight within 6 inches of it. I think that's about everything as quick as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got and he gets a table-wide stand fast. So the banner and the fight value are the palanquin. So if you remove that, they're gone.
Yeah.
The stand fast is the emperor.
Yeah. 170 points. Thoughts?
Yeah. I think he's fine.
80 mil base.
Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously, a lot of people. I think people, whatever reason, the figure was about 240. People were saying he should be.
Yeah.
If you list all the special rules, and I get that. My take on it is an 80 mil base is hellish to move on the table.
Nightmare.
he's not a monster and he's not cavalry, so he's got no way of getting out of combat. So when you put one model onto him, he'll kill it without any trouble, and then all he'll do is move an inch forward to where you've put your next model, because a cavalry model can just run around. There's no way an 80 mil you're going to be able to roadblock an 80 mil model so easily. And the only way you can do it is heroic combats, right? You can do 3 heroic combats in the game, in which case, great, use your heroic combat to kill my dude and move an inch.
I played with Gunnerbad Trolls 8 mil base. Absolute nightmare. Once you're in that sort of huddle, which inevitably happens in games of SBG in certain scenarios, or majority of the scenarios, where it's just like moving that base around is it's not even just your enemy, like you're saying, like you could take it out of the game with one model. It's your own models in the way, like in the mate. You can't move. It's a nightmare.
But also, bear in mind, his big terrifying thing really is that he gives you a 12-inch banner and +1 to fight value, and so to get those, you have to have the army next to him.
Yep.
So now you're at a point with, think about whatever scenery you've got on the table. Yep. You've got an 80 mil base, and then you need a long battle line, not affected by scenery, to get the benefits of those things.
If he's down to less than 3 wounds, your whole army's moving at half move or whatever it is.
It's crawling along. And it's only defense 6, so I think you could shoot the crap out of it.
Yeah.
And you're either getting maybe some cheeky wounds on their leader, or you're doing damage to the Planquin.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I think he's very, very good.
Yeah.
But someone put a post up that said, it was a sort of sarcastic, what was the playtesting process for this? And I suspect that this is the evidence of really good playtesting. Because I reckon what they did was they probably started with him more expensive.
I agree. 100%.
And then gave him all these rules, and then found people were just saying, you can't get the benefit out of him. Yeah. He's not worth, all his rules are worth 240 points. When you put him on the table, he's not worth 240 points.
Yeah.
And so you've got, the only way we'll take him is if you drop him down, I think.
I 100% agree. I think a lot of it, the Palanquin being at full strength and not damaged is key to all that playing out as how everyone is worrying about it playing. And also, in an ideal scenario, that just runs around the board, killing big things, but that's not how this game plays. There's going to be a lot of tight-knit formations, and again, just feeding it. If you don't get priority and it just gets fed one warrior, it's stuck. Once you get into base contact with it, it's stuck. Doesn't matter if it gets countercharged, it's stuck.
So I think what you've got is your big beastie hero giving out a 12-inch banner and a +1 fight value and a table-wide standfast, which is really good for about 170 points.
Yeah.
But what I don't think you have is this horrible monster slaughtering everything in its path.
Yeah. Everyone's going on about, he gets, what is it? He's got 3 attacks and then a possible other 6. The extra 6 are at strength 3 rather than his strength 4.
And they're only strikes; they're not attacks.
Yeah. So it's what's the likelihood? If I think you actually said this, or somebody did in one of those threads. If it gets to the point where that has charged your leader,
it was
you are grossly playing the game.
I'll tell you what it was. Someone else said, "What if a mounted hero charges your leader and knocks him down? That thing's got 18 attacks against your hero."
Yeah.
Your leader. I was like, if your leader has been charged by a mounted Eastling hero and an 80 mil base, the game's gone, mate.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Don't complain about how much this guy costs. Play more games.
What should I do? I'll tell you what, I'll move my leader up here to the only possible space where an 80 mil base and that mounted hero can both charge my leader. You deserve to have him killed.
Yeah.
Put Jeffrey the warrior into him.
Just keep feeding him. Just keep feeding.
And people talking about, I think Blade Wrath or one of the heroes, he can make him strength 10 and 100 attacks. It's like, to kill one model. Every turn.
Yeah. It's.
I'm
not too worried about it. I'm not worried about
attacks,
it.
You kill one model. If you've got 9 attacks, you kill the same one model.
Yeah.
I think he's good. Don't get me wrong. I think he's really great. I think he's well worth it. I think he'll be brilliant. But he doesn't worry me in terms of game balance.
No.
I also think there's a potential bit of a liability where, as I understand the rules, it specifically says it's one model for working out your break point, right?
Yes.
You buy that thing, which includes 6 dragons, 6 black dragons. That's one model to your break point. But if you dismount it,
Yeah.
that's 7 models
Yeah.
that you can kill to break someone. It's like the scribe. Doesn't increase your break point, but they count as casualties. So there's also more, there's more models on the table to help you in your battle line, but suddenly your opponent has more models to kill to break as well.
Yeah, you're at a disadvantage in that sense.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it works both ways, but
yeah, I agree. I think when I first seen it and I seen what it was, it's like, oh, that sounds cheap, 170 points. But then you go, yeah, right, okay. He's cool, and I think you will see a lot of him for a number of reasons. Is he makes the Easterling army very viable in what he buffs them, and the model, the foot and the palanquin model are super cool, super cool. I can't wait to build it and get it on there.
I think it's amazing. I think it's a beautiful piece of kit.
Yeah.
I personally think it's quite Middle Earthy. It's a little bit out there. It's a little bit wacky, but it doesn't look. It's not like Xerxes' throne or something. I think those 6 guys could carry that. And I know there's been a lot of chatter about how can those 6 guys fight whilst carrying it, but it's like it's an extrapolation, isn't it? It's kind of how could what effect could that thing have on the game? And I don't, there's a talking dragon, for God's sake. I don't mind dealing with saying that mass could have that much impact on the game. It doesn't. It doesn't trouble me.
No,
personally.
I think it's cool. I'm looking forward to playing against it. I'm looking forward to playing with it. I'm looking forward to seeing it on tables. I think it's very cool. I'm happy about it. I'm not worried about it in the slightest. I'm going to turn the page.
Grimdark said just ordered the Beast Caller this morning. Oh, that's Drizag, isn't it? Drizag the Beast Caller. We don't play SBG often. I'm stoked to try them out when it arrives. Not sure about all this though, some catching up to do.
I was just about to say, we'll jump in the chat because I've turned the page, but we'll jump in the chat because I'm sure there'll be chat about
lots of chat about the Emperor. Yeah.
Where are you up to?
I'm still on cap of B for Venom from the King. B for Venom's trending, I think, on Twitter. Aren't all B Awnings skin change? I don't think it was quite clear in the lore. They kind of said that they weren't sure what kind of they had B Awnings, but it wasn't clear whether or not they could skin change. And GW went for no, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
Lots of chats about Bay Awnings.
See Facebook posts on GBHL page. Don't know what's that.
I think that's me talking about like my thoughts on the Dragon Emperor.
Oh right.
Sword and, Black Dragon's equipment is sword and shield. I think someone asked earlier. Is that right?
Where does it say it?
Someone asked if Sorcerer's Blast would knock the Dragon Emperor off. As I understand it, no, because it says there's a thing in there. It won't be moved by the Sorcerer's Blast or Cool Winds that will still suffer the effects if normal. So I don't think it is interesting. It'd be the same answer as the Chariot. I can't remember what it is on that. Can you knock the captain off the Chariot? I don't think he can. Not sure though. And so Jack Canavan, for example, says, I don't get how he's cheaper than Boromir, but better, and Boromir is a mega killer. I don't think he is better. I would be more scared about seeing Boromir on a horse.
Yeah, I would.
Than I'd be scared about seeing him personally. The smaller base is such a big deal. And look, Ross Hughes makes a good point here. Over time, he won't be worth 170. I might be wrong, but he's the only hero that can lose value over a game. I think that's a really good point.
Black Dragons, no, they're fight 4 and courage 4. I think they're still strength 3. Black Dragons, as far as I know. That's right, isn't it? They're still men. They just get a higher fight value.
I think that's a good point as well. Ross Hughes says, "Why does no one think they'd put it down when fighting?" Yeah, maybe that's how you deal with it. Yeah, when they get in a fight, they put it down and then they chop everyone up and then pick it up again.
They put it down and like defend it type thing. Yeah. No fight 4 with strength 3. Yeah, just confirming that. Ratabi is more useful with that Master of Battle on a 3+.
And also less points. I think he's really good. Don't get me wrong. I still think he's a great choice for your army, but I just don't think he's. It's one of those things that I think if you're playing with no terrain and just 2 battle lines fighting each other, I think it'd be incredible. But that's not how the vast majority of games go.
Yeah.
And so much of your army has to move. Think about recon. You have to try and get off the board. All the objective scenarios. You have to split up. All those models won't get his benefit.
Yeah.
Table-wide standfast is very good, but that's a.
Where you're a deployment. You're not always going to deploy. Sometimes you've got a roll to deploy. See what board as you're coming on. If his warband's on his own,
Maelstrom.
yeah,
battles,
Maelstrom will wreck you.
I think he's fine. I think he's a kick-ass model, and I have no
really
interest in buying it or using it.
I can't wait to build it. And
I like the guy. I thought this right in the silhouette. I've never changed my mind. The guy who is at the front right of the palanquin looks like he's having a great time. He looks like he's having a bit of a dance. You know, the one right. So on the picture, he's the furthest left. He looks like he's really happy to be carrying his boss into.
He's doing a jig. He's doing a jig.
Like, come on, boys, we got this. 170 points, no mercy, arrow to the face.
Sean Williams says the palanquin will add +3 style points. Yes, it will. Ross Hughes says, why does no one think there's you've done that one, haven't you? Rarely only certain bloodlines possess skin changing. Emperor is mainly rule of cool. Yes, I think he does bring something to the army as well as that. I think his buffs are really good for the army, I think.
Great.
But it's cool. Right, so we've got Ratabi, which we've seen. Nothing's changed on there. Brogears, nothing's seen. We've seen Dragon.
Yeah, I think they're pretty much the same.
Yeah, and then we've got the Runish Wardrake, which is 20 points, Damien.
That's what I hear.
That would imply it's a much smaller Drake than what we already know and love in the Middle Earth world. Yeah, it's Baby Drake.
Baby Drake. Do you think it's not the? You don't think it's the baby? Is it the baby one?
Could be for 20 points.
Depends how nasty it is, right?
Yeah, it could be. It's it moves 6, same as infantry model, normal infantry model. Fight 4. It's got a 6+ shoot value, which is weird. Strength 4, defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 4, armor, teeth, claws. Causes terror.
Really sharp.
Really sharp. Causes terror. Has the venom special rule, and then slow acting venom. Any model that suffers any model that suffers a wound. Any model that suffers a wound from a Runish Wardrake but is not slain reduces their fight value and attacks by 1 to a minimum of 1 for the remainder of the game. Once an enemy model has been affected by the special rule, it cannot be affected again for the remainder of the game, even if wounded by a different Runish Wardrake. It's a cool rule. It's a cool rule.
Very cool. New rule as well, I believe.
New rules. Very cool.
Reminds me of something like Wither. It's a bit like Wither, isn't it?
Yes. I like it a lot. It's one of those that can catch you off guard when you know elven players with a high fight value.
Well, and when you've moved your leader 9 inches up on turn 1, and suddenly you'll believe it, the Dragon Emperor and a Drake and a mounted hero have all charged it from nowhere.
He
can't sneak up on you. He's
cool.
6 inches.
It's a cool profile. I'm interested to see the model for it. I think you won't be far off with the size of the baby drakes.
Yeah, what's
do you
the big one?
Do you think it'll have armor? Do you think it'll have a gold helmet?
Does it say? Does it say it's armored?
Armor, teeth, and claws.
It's
going to have a helmet.
That'd be great.
It's going to have a helmet.
I don't know if you will, but I now hope he does. What's the cave drake? See, the cave drake doesn't have armor.
Well, there you go.
And he's 150 points. So we're talking about something, if it works like this, about what, an eighth of the size of a cave drake?
What defense is a cave drake?
7.
All
right. I hope he has a helmet. I hope he's got a shield.
Just like
shield would be great. So the internet went berserk about this guy as well.
Yeah.
That this was bent. Can't believe it's only 20 points. That guy can make Aragorn 2 attacks and fight 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it can.
Yeah.
So also, I think defense 4, 2 wounds. It's my cave drake. There's Aragorn, 24 inches away. Turn 2. Oh, it's dead again. It's dead. And again, if it does, great. But it's still got to. It's again. It's one of those things. It's got to get onto Aragorn, and then win. It's fight 4.
I think it's fight 4. I think it's cool. I like the profile. I think 20 points. I think 20 points sounds cheap. But at defense 5, I think if it loses a fight against the wrong thing, it's going to die pretty easily.
Defense 5. Sorry, I think I said defense 4. Defense 5, 2 wounds.
Yeah, defense 5. So
that's target priority, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you see one of them,
because
it's only 6 inches. It can't.
Yeah.
Protect you.
It's basically a chicken in armor, right?
It's a real chicken with venom. But I do like, because it's got venom, which, remember, B for venom, that's the one where it can re-roll wounds.
All
right?
wounds.
Yeah, so if it does win, it's got 2 attacks and strength 4. If it does win against your hero, it's going to wound him and going to do
Yeah.
But it's still...
But like you say,
it's just like
knowing
protecting yourself,
that
innit?
becomes target priority for your
you
bows.
see the thing coming, and
yeah,
I think it's nice. I think it's good. It's a good profile that every now and again, I think it might be a bit like Callum's Windlance. Like you'll be disappointed with what it does most of the time, but every now and again, it'll gank someone big, and you'll be like, "Oh, that was cool."
So, someone's asked in the chat. Oh, I've got another sexy chat. Someone's asked in the chat, which the question I was going to put to you now. Would you Runish Wardrake or B Awning? Which is the better profile?
B Awning.
What's that? Because of the burly two-handed.
Yeah, and you'll have more of them. I don't think you're going to be having an army of these, are you? So you're going to have more B Awnings, and you'll have a battle line that will get into people. I think that was just my gut feeling straight away. They get a banner roll because they're quite similar profiles, right? Aren't they the other way around? Strength, they only strength 4, I think.
Strength 4, yeah.
They're strength 4, defense 4. I think
5/5.
Yeah, and some of them can have bows.
Yeah.
I think
I just think it'd be quite cool to see two or three of those running around. I think it'd be quite cool.
Yeah, exactly. You're talking about 2 or 3 against as opposed to a warband.
Yeah.
I think B Awnings will do more business for you, I reckon.
Yeah.
B Awnings will do more regularly. The Drake will do something like spectacular once in a while.
Yeah.
It's a great rule, though. I mean, it'll as soon as you do get it, you quids.
It's a cool rule.
Going down to fight 5 2 attack.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's gonna make your opponent definitely think about what's happening on the table and worry about them if he hasn't got any bows in his army, say, or he's only got a few shots and you've got multiple of them. When he sees them running towards his big heroes, with a big hero of yours.
Reese makes a good point that you can run the Emperor up the border of Drum and March, and you can, and I don't doubt that. But whenever the battle lines clash, you can't then march, you can't drum if there's an enemy model an inch away.
You can't charge on a drum march, okay?
Well, no. But my point isn't necessarily about where he's going to be. My point isn't that he's going to stop you getting the buffs. My point is that all he's going to do is the buffs.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be giving you, and they're good buffs. Table stand fast, banner, and +1 fight, great. But he's just, other than that, he's just going to be killing one model at a time.
Do I remember? Did you say in the profile? I could just turn the page, but we may as well make a conversation out of it. If he dismounts the palanquin, is palanquin gone?
I think if he dismounts, the 6 black dragons separate.
But does the palanquin stay on the battlefield, and does he still get the buffs from it?
No, I think as soon as it's dismounted, I believe it's gone. I believe.
So you couldn't just ride that into the middle of the.
Leave it there.
And then just leave it behind your battle line.
I don't think so.
Let's go back and look at that.
No, it says replace the palanquin with a number of black dragons.
There you go.
So there's the simple answer.
So
you replace that model.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
And at which point, then I'm perfectly happy with that model and 6 black dragons for 170 points. I think he'll be a bit cheap in that, definitely. But I don't think it's horrific.
No. Right, cool. I think we've covered Runish Wardrake. Let's move on. We've got Easterling and a Black Dragon, two Easterling battle companies. It's interesting.
Ross thinks the base size of the Drake will matter. I think 25 mil base supported one by a pike and that sort of thing.
I would say
probably 40. I reckon it'll be 40.
Yeah, I'd say 40.
Which then means a pike can't support it, right?
Yeah, I'd say 40.
Model will be just an iguana. Does venom affect Tom Bobdell? Let's not go anywhere near that. Paints on the 4 up is in. Hi, Cameron. Sexy Bot is back. I believe you've dealt with him.
Yeah, I think so. He'll come back again.
I'm just saying, Cameron joins the chat and immediately Sexy Bot turns up. Just
coincidence.
Sexy on a 4 up.
Who knows?
Warband of Cave Drakes against the Warband of Crabane. I think the Cave Drakes take it.
Just a little bit.
Like King says, birds are dinosaurs.
Yeah, he can't remount. Well, yeah, we said that because it disappears. You replace it with the guys. Okay, so next army list is Mordor, which obviously has the profiles which we've seen and we all know about. There's no point going over those. We know they're both really good. I mean, Razgush is a really good profile. Musgur, I think, is a good profile as well. I think he kind of makes the normal, unless you wanted Fury, the normal Orc Shaman, null and void, really.
Yeah, I think they're cool.
The models are class.
Yeah. We had Razgush at, I think Razgush is very good competitively as well.
Yeah.
We had him a bit of 7 stones in some nice armies, but the fact that you can bring your kind of bat swarms into a Mordor list is good.
It's very good.
Very cool. But I like him. I like those kind of champions.
We like him.
I think he's very good value. Very good value.
Sexy chat has been very persistent.
God, Cameron.
So
yeah, we've seen their rules before, but I think Razgush is a sort of annoying model where it's like I don't really collect those, but I really want to paint him and try and work him in. I like that kind of Mirkwood, Lothlorien, attacky, stuffy. I think it's cool.
I'm going to let you just cover. Dark Dennis is the same. Hang on a sec. I'm gonna. Do you jump in the chat, mate, while I remove this?
Okay, so Sexy Chat XYZ says adult dating site. Sexy Chat XYZ says adult dating site.
How can he still be posting when I've hid him from the thing?
Have you also done the other bit? I won't be able to do it. Can't you like hide him and you can also remove him or something?
Well, I've hid him, but you can only, I think remove is just remove his message. I don't think it's remove him.
No, I don't know.
It's very slow.
Sean Clark is telling Cameron to stop it. King agrees that Musgo is quite sexy. Joe Holsworth says birds are dinosaurs in the same way that Faramir is a lender. That's a cracking point. I like that. Oh, it's an evolution gag. Yeah, there's not a lot of evolution with left crossover yet. But yeah, Musgo's pretty good. Again, cool. I think he's pretty much the same as the experimental rules.
Yeah.
But no less cool for it.
Right, Legendary Legions.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Legendary Legions. We've got a page which tells you about them. We all know about that. So we've got the Army of Dale, Legendary Legion. Do you wanna cover?
Yeah, it's Dale with Swarm Protector. Next.
Anything?
Well, you get the wind. You get the wind lance.
You get the wind
lance.
lance.
So this is, again, it's hard to say if it's an oversight or not, but
you get a banner and a warhorn.
You can have them anyway.
You can now.
At the moment, this is the only way you can use the Dale wind lance in this era.
Yeah.
And it's the normal Army of Dale, and you also get Swarm Protector around Brand.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's one of those legions that now replaces the army list, because you would never. This is just a better version of the Army of Dale.
Improved shoot values. It becomes a bit of a shooty army.
Yeah, that's the Army of Dale.
Is that their normal army rule?
Yeah. So this is obviously, it doesn't work if you want Girion. If you want the old era, you can't take it. But you get a Wind Lance and you get Swarm Protector, which is cool. So it just if you want a War of the Ring era Dale army, you've now got a slightly better one.
Yeah.
I think they're good. Whether or not that would stop you, I don't know, alloying in some Iron Hills or something else. I don't think it will. I don't think Swarm Protector is enough in that. But they've obviously just gone to try and buff it a bit.
Yeah. Cool. Next
Is
one.
that our first picture of the Wind Lance?
Yes.
But isn't though, is it?
No, that's just crew. It's the old Wind Lance, just with 2 warriors.
Ah, but cheeky.
Snaky.
Snaky.
Defenders of Errorboar.
Yeah.
Go on, mate.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
So it's the Iron Hills chaps you'd expect. So what do we get? We get dwarfs, we get goat riders. So we don't get the blister and we don't get the chariot. And then it's Dale, so knights and warriors.
Yeah.
And then the heroes you'd expect, so the 2 new dwarfs and the 2 new Dale chaps. And then what is delightful, I think, is that you get the surviving champions of Arable.
Yeah.
Except Bomber, because he's too fat. He was too fat to move at this period. I believe he required 4 dwarfs to lift him.
Yeah. So they say.
Absolutely brutal from GW. Put him on a palanquin. So it's cool. I think this one is the one people will be more excited about. I may be taking this one to Warhammer doubles.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's wicked.
It's cool.
You have to. It's Errorboar have to lead Errorboar, and Dale have to lead Dale, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
And then we get this all friendly models within the 4 named heroes that you'd think of count as being within a banner. So that's quite cool.
Yeah.
And you get a heroic. The two generations. So essentially, Dane and Brand and Thorin and Bard can call a heroic combat if the other one is trapped, isn't it? So again, good rules that will help what was probably a Green Alliance anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I like it.
Very cool.
It's not game breaking. The trapped one won't come up that much. Imagine that your hero gets trapped, and then imagine that your other guy has to be close enough, and has to be close enough to defend it. But what I think it does, it's one of those rules that makes you play thematically. Makes you make sure that those 2 guys are next to each other just in case.
Yeah.
Which I like. It's nice to be able to chuck a few champions in.
Yeah.
The crazy thematic player where I am in my head at the moment means they'd only ever be 5th choice. I'd kind of almost have to go for Dane, Thorin, Brand, and Bard.
Yeah.
Because that's what I would be using this for. And at that point, you're probably at 1,000 points, aren't you? I doubt you're taking a 5th hero.
No.
But I think other people, if you're more competitively minded, you've got Biffa and you've got Norrie and Dwalin in there, who are all really, really good choices.
Yeah.
And I mean, Dorian Gloin as well, but both are staying at home.
I really like Gloin. Gloin's awesome.
Yeah, they're really good options, and they're probably. I'm sure most people will believe that they're certainly better than Thorin. There's no. I'm just wondering if is there a benefit to just taking this as Iron Hills or Arable Reclaimed? Probably not. You get the 3-inch banner, which I don't think is going to be as good as. Isn't Dubakar? Isn't that? I'm thinking on the fly here. Dubakar, I think, is Arable Reclaimed now, and that's a 6-inch banner. I think for Dane. So the only benefit of this would be if you think you can kind of work like competitively. Can you work kind of Dane and Dwalin with some archers from Dale maybe or something like that? I think thematically it's bloody brilliant.
Yeah. Cool beans. So we like that one.
You like?
I like that one. I like it.
I like it a lot.
Cool. I like it a lot. Yeah, it looks very good. And then we got the B Awnings, Legendary Legion. So you got Beorn, Grimbeorn, B Awnings. Additional rules. If B Awnings force includes both Beorn and Grimbeorn, then Beorn will automatically be the leader. Friendly models may benefit from Beorn's heroic actions. Additionally, Beorning models may benefit from Beorn's standfast.
Right. So well, that advantage of Grimbeorn's gone out the window then.
Yeah.
Because they fixed it in Legendary Legion. Oh my God, Steve! Do you know what this means?
What?
Beorn can lead Beornings.
Bum, bum.
We've just jumped to a 1,000-point army.
In your face, Clint. Great Resilience. Whenever a friendly bear model suffers a wound, roll a d6 on a 5+. The wound is ignored as if a point of fate had been spent. So it's like
so good.
Channel Fury.
So good.
Charge of the bear. Whilst they have
Not
the bear.
Channel Fury anymore, mate. You live in the lost.
No, yeah, but I'm old school, mate. I'm old school. Whilst they have the bear keyword, Beorn and Grimbeorn gain the monstrous charge special rule. Dum dum dum.
Crowd goes wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Most requested rule for Beorn that.
Yeah, and he should have it. Friendly models gain the resistance to magic special rule, and Beorn and Grimbeorn do not need to roll for their skin changer special rule. They can transform at will. Why does he not just say they are bears? Oh no, because he might want to shoot his great bow.
I want to shoot his bow. But actually, genuinely, that makes it more likely that you will shoot your bow.
Yes,
because
you could just go back and forward.
You could guarantee.
Yeah.
Right, you could on 2 turns.
I've just got this vision of him just keep changing, going ping, and then changing back. Does he carry his bow though when he's a bear? Does he drop it?
Yeah, of course does. But in the previous game, say you were 3 turns away, you probably wouldn't risk shooting for the first 2 in case you didn't roll 4+. But now you could, and then transform.
Yeah.
But also, this is so specific, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility that in the last turn of the game, if you're not in charge range, Grimbeorn might want to swap back and shoot someone. It's a nice option.
It's a nice option. I'm going to apologise for sexy chat.
It's not back, is it?
We need to find out how we stop this stuff happening. I think it's because we don't normally get this, but because we're over 100 viewers, so it's I think it's because of that.
I'll see what the kiddies are saying. Still got 110 watching now. Amazing thing. Enigmire wants more Mordor Uruks. I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. Hopefully we get those in the next year or two, maybe. The King's off to bed.
Right, man.
Thanks for going through it. Glenn Seymour says there's no Elf Legendary Legion. No, there's not. Scorch believes that Bomber should get his own flank win just for Bomber. Ross thinks the heroic combat stuff's too situational. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Joe thinks a counterpoint to the Dragon Emperor, massive Bomber. Eric says it's great to see you gents doing a special for this book. We'll have to catch up on demand. What a great way to spend some time on a sunny afternoon in the US. Heals the soul. I'm glad
Thanks for joining us, Eric, and I hope you enjoy it when you watch it on rerun.
He's really excited about the book and the campaign system. Glyn, I think, is just kind of agreeing with me, just says themey over competitive. Jack says, I didn't expect Dane and Brand to be in this. I think that means in that Legendary Legion. I think he was saying the Legendary Legion would just be the ones on the next day when they're dead. When can the new Errorboar ally with Iron Hills? Well, the new Errorboar is Errorboar Reclaimed, right? Which is green. But I don't think Arable Reclaimed can ally with Iron Hills because aren't they? Doesn't one come out of the other? I'll check for you.
I can't remember.
But I think it's like Survivors of Lake Town and Lake Town. One sort of replaces the other. We'll find out.
Yeah. If anyone does know how to stop all this stuff, is there an app or something you can get that stops all this sexy chat XYZ? Because we don't want to see this, do we?
I quite like sexy chat. It's after the war, so.
There's a time and a place, mate. There's a time and a place. I just take this opportunity whilst Amy's looking this up to thank everyone coming. We've got 180, and it's been around this mark for the last few hours. So thanks for joining us. I hope you're enjoying the stream.
They're yellow. They're
yellow. Yeah. Please do subscribe and check our back catalogue for battle reports and everything else, army reviews, chit chat, all that, all the above and more. And also check out Battle Streams in Middle-earth, which we stream on another channel called Battle Streams in Middle-earth, obviously, once a fortnight, and we have lots of laughs and pretty much this, but less serious and more drunk. Yeah.
I'm not very serious and a bit drunk. I think so. Bay Awnings. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's not gonna. I don't think we're gonna see it a lot, if I'm honest. But I think it's cool. I think it's something that I'll definitely give it a run out at some point.
I have a prediction to make for you.
Go on.
I think if you want to get Bay, I shouldn't say this as someone who wants to get Bay Awnings. I think if you want to get Bay Awnings, you want to be there when they go on to release. Because I think you might be right about whether or not they're popular in the game or competitive, but I think everyone wants to buy them. I think
I agree.
And stuff hasn't really sold out much recently.
Yeah.
But I think the demand for them is going to be huge.
Yeah.
And you've got to get a warband of them, probably, or at least 9. So I think people are going to be picking up kind of 4 packs each and Grimbail.
Yeah.
So I think that might be a kind of immediately sold out type moment, and it's not, they come back, but if you want to get them early, I think you need to get in there.
There's a lot of people already have Bayon. If they haven't, they can get him no problem. Like I say, Grimbayon will come out and the Bayownings, that's your army done in an easy purchase rather than have to think. There's not really any list building. It's just right that I need to paint it all, boom, done.
Think you see him like as an ally warband as well? Now that Grimbayon's, Grimbayon won't be better through the lead. He won't get monstrous charge if he's an ally. But I was just wondering, is there a place for Bayon or Grim? Can Bayon lead Bayownings if he's not in the Legion? Maybe he can't.
I don't think he can, because it specifically says Grimbayon. These can be.
I can't remember if he's in.
So before the Legendary Legion page, in the army page, it said that the Bayownings can be part of Grimbayon's warband, but it doesn't say that about Bayon.
Yeah, maybe.
So I'm assuming not. So I don't think you'll see them outside of Legendary Legion. Maybe will. I don't know.
I wonder if what's the small point? Do we say it was 500, 200 plus? Yeah, so 500 points would be Grimbayon and like his warband.
Yeah,
be fun.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool. It'd be fun. I don't think competitively, I don't think it will do that well. But
they don't have the numbers for objectives.
No. Yeah. Right. You're making me your mate. Right. Host of the Dragon Emperor is the next one. So we're on to evil. All that you'd expect. A host of Dragon Emperor force must include Dragon Emperor. Yep. Dragon cults, Easterling warriors, and Easterling cataphracts in this warband led by the Dragon Emperor or Easterling Dragon Knights do not need to pay the points to be upgraded to black dragons. This upgrade is free. So that's cool. So fight 4, courage 4 for free. Freeze.
So it's about, what's that? Do you reckon 50 points free? Something like that?
Yeah.
Depends how many models. Yeah, obviously it depends how 1,000 points, 50 models in your army. I don't know.
Easterling hero models may reroll D6s in the dual roll, so it's automatic banner.
Sweet.
No quarter asked, which we know about. Easterling models receive +1 courage when their force is broken. Additionally, once per game in scenarios in which the dice is rolled to see when the game ends, as long as there is at least one friendly Easterling hero model alive on the battlefield, the Easterling player may choose to have that dice re-rolled if the scenario ends before they wish. Doesn't guarantee that it doesn't end, just a re-roll.
Yeah, it's good.
I think it's all right. I think it's
it's
not game breaking like you said before with the other one.
It doesn't make the Dragon Emperor better, which I think is a good thing.
No.
It's the other.
You get black dragons for free.
I suppose he get that's nonsense. He gets a reroll. He's a banner anyway, so he'd get it normal.
Yeah, you get basically it's if you bring in a pure Easterling army, you're the Legendary Legion, you get the upgrades for free.
Yeah, upgrades for free, and heroes.
And heroes get to reroll.
So they have to be more than 12 inches from Dragon Emperor. Yeah, because he gets a 12-inch banner normally.
Yeah, so they get it anyway.
So I think they're nice buffs, but you lose. You don't have Amber because he's at the Pearl now. You don't have. I'm not particularly big on these things, but you don't get Kamal.
No,
you can't have your Wraith. So it's not an offensive list.
No, it's just another way of bringing it. It's bringing all. It's basically it's a list to bring all the cool stuff, because the Black Dragon models are cool. So you don't have to pay to use them. You're getting fight 4, courage 4 instead of fight 3, courage 3 for free.
Must be so good as an Easterling player now, thinking, oh, this is like my. So I've been waiting for.
This is what I always wanted my army to be.
Yeah. Now they've done a really great job with a few releases of transforming the army. It's great.
There's so many ways to build it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Super cool. Next one, Fell Beings of Mechwood. Do you want to cover this one?
Sure.
Sure.
This is cool. I like this. So this is Razgush's one. So this is the force that I want to say attacks Mechwood.
Mechwood, yeah.
Yeah. So we get Razgush, which is cool.
Yep.
And then he gets his Orc Captains, his Orc Shamers, Taskmasters, Drummers, yada yada. But you can also get the Spider Queen. You get normal Orc Warriors. You get Warg Riders and Trackers, and then you get Mechwood Spiders, Giant Spiders, Fell, Warg, and Batstorms. I think this is cool.
Yeah, very cool.
This is my kind of Orky Legion. I like these things. You have to include Razgush, fair enough. Infantry models get Woodland Creature, which I think is cool, but not game breaking.
Yeah.
And then all friendly models get the Hatred Elf special rule.
So Hatred is, for those who don't know,
it's when you really, really don't like someone. I like that you think that people in the TTG community wouldn't know that. I think it's +1 to wound, I believe. I'm going to check the special rules.
It is +1 to wound.
It's Hatred, so I'm going to look under T. Or maybe it's under B with all the other special rules.
It's under Y, mate. For Y.
It's not there. I'm not even joking. It's not there.
I've got a feeling.
Hang on. I'm in magical powers.
Well, there you go, mate.
I'm sure it's +1 to win. Yeah, +1 to win. So +1 to win against elves, which I believe isn't that that's Razgush's. Doesn't he give that? I think
he gets that.
Yeah. Doesn't he give that to his troops anyway? But they're just saying that. Isn't it one of those?
Doesn't he? So it says all friendly models. Isn't it just orcs that get it with him?
Yeah, maybe it's something like that. I think it's a buffed version of his rule.
Yeah.
So this is an elf killing legion.
Yeah. Is he burly with a two-handed as well?
I don't know. You have a look at his profile. I can't turn back through the book. I don't have.
Let's have a look.
Mark thinks the B Awnings are his favourite legendary legion so far.
Yeah, it's cool.
A lot of chatter for Bomber on Palanquin. Gamer Addict Frank says he's lurking, not chatting, but howdy from Indiana, US. Howdy.
No, he's not burly. Bonebreaker.
Hand and a half, maybe.
Additionally, do not receive armor bonus for elven made weapon. Heavy armor, bone breaker, and shield. And it just stops.
Hatred roll?
The bone breaker just stops elven weapons getting the bonus for drawn combat.
And he gets hatred, is that right?
He gets hatred elf and elf bane.
Yeah, so then he makes everyone else hated.
Yeah.
Aaron says, imagine if Sexy Chat is a patron. Shadow Lord and Emperor, match made in heaven from Ross. Yeah, can't do it. It's tons of points, isn't it? Match made in heaven, but tons of points. And then Edinburgh says, as for fixing Sexy Chat, you'll want to update your automated YouTube studio.
Send me that in a message on Facebook, dude. Did you say the other special rule, the War Leader?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay.
He gets +1 of his fight value. So does that take him up to 6?
He's currently 5/5, so it puts him on par with elf heroes.
It's cool, and they don't get the bonus for their elven weapons.
No. Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, I like this. I don't think it's bent, but I think it's nice. It's a bit like, it reminds me of Gothmog's Legendary, where it's like you come up against an elf army, and you're like, Christmas. You come up against any other army, like, that's a shame.
Yeah. But you have that thing, don't you, where people have complained about it for a long time. It's never really bothered me because it's just the way the game's always been as long as as long as the game's been around. But people complain, when you play elves, if they roll a 6, that's it. You may as well not be there. Blah, blah, blah. You may as well not roll. So this nullifies that, which is nice. But it's only against that. But I think it's still a decent list, even if you're not play. It's not like if you don't play elves, your list's naff. It's still a decent list.
Also, what's his rule? What can he bring? He can bring spiders, wargs, and bat swarms. Is that right?
Razgos may only include orc warriors, warg riders, giant spiders, Mirkwood spiders, fell wargs, and bat swarms in his warband. Additionally, orc captains, orc warriors, and warg riders in the same army as Razgos gain the hatred elf special rule. That's his.
Is it orc warriors?
What in his warband? Orc warriors.
So he can't normally take warg riders. I mean that's not.
Yeah, warg riders. Yeah, you can take warg riders.
He can as well. Yeah. Right. So this also brings in the Spider Queen.
Yes.
Which was probably like a yellow alliance or something. So and the Spider Queen's cool.
Yes.
So there's a nice little added bit of utility there.
Yeah. That's cool.
But of course, what this also does actually is if you want to spread them around or have a few more, this allows other captains to lead the Grubblies.
Yes.
Because in a legion, anyone can lead anything unless it says they can't.
Yeah.
So you could have your shaman and your taskmaster and all that leading those other monsters. So it's a nice legion. Where I feel the Dale one's kind of, this is just the army but a bit better. This one is a new army. It's a new composition, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it. I like that one. And then Assault on Lothlorien. We've got Musgur, the Orc Shaman, Orc Captain, Normal Orc Shaman, Druzag, Ashrak, Moria Goblin Captain, Moria Goblin Shaman, Warwag Chieftain, Warwag, Giant Spiders, Orc Warriors, Warg Riders, Orc Trackers, Goblins, Goblin Prowler, Warg Marauders, and Bat Swarms. Special rules: Cover of Darkness. Any battle featuring this legendary takes place at night. As such, due to the reduced visibility, models cannot be targeted by shooting, magical powers, or special abilities over 12 inches away. However, as it is much same rule as before, they get +1 to wound when you do that.
That is huge.
It's crazy that is a rule that this list takes to whatever game they play in. It's not scenario specific.
So it's got the +1, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So any of their shooting, which obviously isn't a lot, you got kind of your Warg Riders, your Goblin bows, your Orc bows. Any of their shooting just gets +1.
Yeah.
Because they're cave dwellers, and nothing can shoot them until they're within 12 inches.
12 inches, yeah.
It's really good. Really good.
Yeah, it's good. They also get Ruthless Savagery. Friendly Orc and Goblin models gain a bonus of +1 to wound in a fight in which the opposing model is outnumbered. Note that supporting models do not count for either side for the purpose of this rule. So that's a similar rule to Kirathon Gol, is it? Is it Kirathon Gol, which is the one?
The Kirathon Gol is the animosity one.
Oh, yeah, it's animosity where they're in. Yeah, what's someone else?
Is this not the Goblin special rule? I believe. I think it's the Moria
Moria Goblins.
army bonus.
Which is cool. Dark Magic's friendly models may re-roll any number of d6 when making a casting roll. That's big.
Huge.
Yeah, it's big. And Venomback spiders. If your force contains Ashrak, then all giant spiders in your force can be upgraded to Venomback spiders for free. And if you want to find out what that does, look up B in your rulebook.
That's exactly what you expect to do. So that's only saving you about 10 points, I reckon. You're not going to have more. They're 2 points each. You're not going to have more than 5 spiders.
Yeah.
The reroll and casting is great.
Yes.
Because what have you got in there? You've got Druzag, you've got Ashrak, and Musgur.
Yeah.
You've got 3 good shamans.
Yeah. And you can bring the normal shamans as well. What's normal Moria Goblin Shaman's just got the normal same spells as Orc, hasn't it?
Transfix and Fury.
Yeah.
But you're not going for shame. Maybe you are. If you go like Musgur, Druzag, Ashrak, probably.
Yeah.
And then you're probably putting in a captain for March.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if the others are March. But yeah, you could go shame. I quite like that being like evil magic heavy. It's quite cool.
You don't. It's not been seen before, and you've not seen people use that before. It throw people off.
I think what are Musgur's spells? What's he got?
He's got a funny one, hasn't he? So he's got Drain Courage, Wither, and Transfix. Whenever Musgur slays an enemy model in combat, he immediately regains a single point of will spent earlier in the battle, and he's got 4.
Oh, and he's got a couple of attacks, hasn't he?
He's got two attacks, 2 wounds, defense 5, fight 4, strength 4, 2, 4, 1.
That reroll in any number of casting dice is tasty.
Yeah, and he's got heroic channel.
I think you could do some work with this.
We've got heroic channel as well, so it's worth using the might to channel the nasty stuff because you get to reroll, and you got 4 will in the store. So if what does Wither do?
Wither's the one that it reduces your strength, I believe.
Not do anything to fight value.
I think it's just strength. I'll look it up. Wither. B for Wither. Lots of testing of our knowledge tonight, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, strength. Target strength reduced by 1. You know, like really obscure spells and obscure rules tonight. It's been like, what does that do? What does that do? Bit of mental workout this one. Yeah, so reduce the strength.
Reduce the strength, yeah.
I think if I was, I'm not particularly competitively minded anymore, but if I was, I reckon I'd be looking at this thinking, I reckon I could do some good work with this.
Just channeled with a D3 strength.
Yeah, which you probably would never do because it could be 1.
Unless it's, yeah.
But you know, you've got Druzag in there, you've got Enraged Beast in there for all those wargs and all those giant spiders.
Which is amazing.
And now you've got that with re-rolls.
And Spider
Queen's not in there.
Oh, she's not in there. Oh, that was the one before, wasn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, you've got the kind of Venomback spiders already for free with almost 5 guaranteed Enraged Beasts now.
Yeah.
And kind of protection from shooting.
Yeah.
Well, maybe some Goblin Archers.
I think it would take some honing. It would take some practice, but I think it would.
There's a load of builds in there. There's a load of different builds in there.
Yeah.
Because they'd have to come if you wanted them to. They'd have to come to you. Because even your crappy Goblin Archers could shoot them.
Yeah.
And they can't shoot you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying it is top tier, but I think I'd be kind of thinking, there's a lot. You've got Bat Swarms and Marauders in there as well. There's an awful lot of toys in there for you to play with.
It's similar.
I think it'd be quite good fun.
It's I mean, it's got a lot of Moria in there, and the Moria list has a lot of different little tricks that it can do. With the different heroes do different stuff, and then you get the additional special rules as well. Yeah. It's cool. I think it's a cool list. And if you've been watching battle streams from the very beginning, you'll have some Moria Goblins painted up. And that is the last Legendary Legion. We're then on to the appendix.
A little look in the chat. Oh, Danny Entwistle was in.
All right, Dan.
Late to the party. How are we enjoying the book?
Loving it, mate.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. We think it. I mean, we haven't actually given our thoughts, our summary thoughts, but I think it's going quite well.
Yeah, it's going well.
Tiberius says Ace as usual. God knows if he's talking about us or Dan's work there. Oh yeah. Oh, here it all comes. It's all coming out. It's an impressive book for sure, Dan. Yeah. There's a bit of a shame there's no Lorien Mirkwood Legendary Legion in this. Yeah, perhaps. I've heard that a bit. I think disappointment there's not one is fine. I see some people going, I can't believe they axed the Elf Legendary Legion. It's like, they've axed the Elf Legendary Legion that you made up. They haven't axed anything. I'm sure the elves will get one eventually. Yeah, someday. All heroes rerolling 2 dice every fight. Oh, that's from Ross. So that's the heroes getting the Dragon Emperor bonus and the other one, which is quite cool. I believe it would depend. They're having a bit of debate about whether you could reroll 2. It would depend on the wording, but heroes can reroll dice. Like Norrie can theoretically reroll all 3 dice. So if it's, as long as that rule doesn't say, which I don't think it does, as long as it doesn't say like counts as a banner, I think it just says can reroll a dice. Then those heroes can absolutely reroll 2.
Yeah.
I like this. Sean Williams' hatred is in the rulebook under D for don't like him. Nathan T's going to get some steep. Thanks for showing it off. Glenn Seymour, Spider Queen +1 to wound elves with rerolls. Gribble. Yeah, and Reese agrees it is Christmas being an Easterling player.
Yeah.
Tiberius is excited about the Spider Queen, the trackers. Can Razgush take trackers? In his warband, I think that question is. Or in his legion?
Yeah, because it's in the legion. Art tracker.
Yeah, so he can take him in his legion.
Yeah.
Is it in his special rules for his... Yeah, well, he's a Mordor hero, right? So we can...
Mordor, yeah.
You can normally take him in his normal one. Oh, that was then answered. I think we sorted it. Nighttime mission. Yeah, they're all at nighttime. Prowlers +3 to wound. Trapped outnumbered nozzles, yeah. Blackgate opens Legion. Not sure what that is. Same as Blackgate opens Legion. Oh, that must be one of the rules is the same. Guys, not Elven. Elven Legion. Can't wait to get the book. +2 new elf miniatures. Yep. He's going for the 3 Blooders list.
Nice.
Jill, been a really good stream, gents. I need to head to bed. Have a good week, everyone.
Jill, I've still got your roll hand there.
Always the same. We're finally on a useful model. Ross think it'll be great at low points. I think that's maybe the Moria one. To get crazy high numbers at high points levels. Enraged Beast can be used to top weak heroes. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Of course, Smaug shows up. That must be in the appendix. Yeah. Just bought a full Battle Games Middle Earth. I'll have to go back and watch some of those battle streams. Yeah, it shouldn't take long. There's 60 episodes and they're about 5 hours each. So,
a good watch, though. A good watch.
Yeah, a good watch. Definitely go back. You'll get to live through the whole pandemic again. But definitely jump over, subscribe. Our next one is on the 27th. I'm sure we'll repeat that at the end. But love to have you. And Viv is in.
Morning, Viv.
It's nice to have you on the background whilst getting Charlotte ready for school. Viv, you commented, I don't know if you saw, you've won a Watcher in the Water.
You have won a Watcher in the Water, Viv.
You need to get in touch with us. Facebook me. Message me. And we're going to figure
out...
He
won't even know, He won't even know. He's not aware.
This
is the best morning. This is the best morning for him ever. Have you seen the prices in Australia?
He commented on the stream saying something like, this is great. But I didn't know if it was a general review of the stream or excitement about having won a Watcher in the Water. But you've won one and we are furious about it. Because you're in Australia, but we need to figure out how we're going to get it to you, or if you order it and we pay you, or whatever. But
we'll sort it.
There we go. Caught up on the chat.
Awesome. So the appendix is. I've got a feeling. Correct me if I'm wrong, Damien. The Destruction of Dale scenario is from somewhere else, or is it amended? Is it new?
Destruction of Dale, isn't that in Armies of the Hobbit?
I believe so. And I don't know if it's been changed. I'm assuming it's been changed because.
You just go back a page and just look at the appendix. Just imagine, I'm not going to suggest who our lead writer is. It's like, we need a profile. Sexy picture of Bard, I reckon. Got to put something in for the appendix. Just sexy. Bard pouting. Destruction Dale is indeed in the Army of the Hobbits.
Yeah.
But I reckon, my guess is we're going to have some knights in there now.
Girion Lord of Dale, 2 Captains of Dale, 30 Warriors of Dale. Nope.
No knights?
Nope.
Oh.
No. And then we've got Battle for Dale. Bard the Bowman. Is
that just a reprint then?
It's a reprint, I think. What are your special rules on your one? I've got...
Coming to Smaug.
Not yet loosened.
Smaug comes on 4+.
Yeah.
He's not subject to missing scale. And Girion passes all courage tests.
Yeah, exactly the same.
That's a bit weird. I know they've done it. They did it for the Mummock one, but they added in Frodo and Sam and the new heroes. I just assumed that would have been in there for. Maybe they're doing it. Is this a thematic journey of
Yeah,
I
maybe.
don't know what is this appendix. What is it? Like Dale? Is it the Dale
It's just
appendix?
tied up,
I don't know.
Through the
Maybe
wall.
just thematically.
I'm not going to read that because I like the people who get the book read that. I'm not going to read it.
Maybe they're just doing anything to do with Dale. You know.
Yeah. Then you got the Battle for Dale.
Battle for Dale. It's to do with Dale.
And then the Battle of Five Armies, which we've definitely seen before, with Azog's Signal Tower, and it's on a 6x4.
Oh, but is that? Oh, I see. So we're getting any Dale. These are now different era Dale based scenarios.
Yeah.
But Battle for Dale's in the Armies of the Hobbit as well.
Right.
And then what was the last one? Battle of Five Armies.
Battle of Five Armies.
Is that the mega battle?
It's the mega battle. It's about 16 pages long. I mean, that's an exaggeration, but you know, that's not the last one, by the way. There's another one after.
The Battle of Five Armies is that on a 6x4 board?
6x4 with a signal tower in the corner.
Signal tower top left.
Thorin's company starting in the middle right hand side. At the Errorboar.
Yeah,
Exactly the same. Got a load of special rules, objectives, 1 million participants. And then after that, we've got the High Pass, which is a Grim Beorn, 12 B Awnings against loads of orcs. So that's a nice one just to get to use the new stuff.
And what's that about?
That's a new one.
See. Yeah.
So in the years following the Battle of Five Armies, evil has continued to find a way back into the world, infecting corners of Middle-earth and spreading them like a disease. Orcs are becoming bolder, openly travelling across the many paths of Middle-earth as they make their way between the Dark Lord's many strongholds in Mordor, Angmar, Dol Guldur and beyond. Many pathways that were once safe for friendly folk to traverse have since become dangerous roads where the chances of an orc ambush are increasing. Objectives: the B Awnings have been tasked themselves keeping the roads around their home clear. So there's basically a road from left to right. Evil deploying the left, good deploying the right, and then you got Grim Beorn centre south, Beorn centre north. It's thick fog. Models cannot see, therefore cannot shoot. Blah blah blah. Objectives: evil player wins 12 or more evil models can escape the board via the eastern board edge. Yeah, so they've got to get off the B Awnings board edge. Just a little different one. That's just let's use new stuff, and that's the last
first scenario with both bears and everything.
Yeah, that's the last scenario. Then we've got some lovely Games Workshop painted models, which are always really nice to look at and make you feel really inadequate at painting. So that's cool. And that's it. That's cover to cover, mate. 3 hours we did it. Cover.
It's only one more hour than you thought, and about only one less hour than I thought.
So I'll just switch the screen back to...
Viv did know. I think he knew and he forgot. I remember the frustration when he realised I'm in Australia. Oh, I'll check this out. Get in touch. Ship it to my sister in London. She's got a growing box of Lord of the Rings made to order stuff for me.
Yeah.
If you want, mate, but if not, we are very happy. You've won it. It's only fair. We're very happy to send it to you.
And congratulations, in case you didn't realise that.
Now you're here. You might not have been here live.
It's like a weird B-Sim top table crossover.
And we weren't frustrated. We were furious. It's different. So I guess the appendix is all your Dale-based scenarios put together in one place.
Yeah. Thoughts?
I think it's crap. I hate it. I think it's that's mainly for Dan. I think it's bloody brilliant.
I'm really happy with it. Really happy.
I mean, I'm quite a positive person generally. I think, but I think it's wicked. I know they're not doing a starter set, but you could. This feels like it could be a starter set. It feels like you're getting enough new stuff that this could be a new edition of the game. You know, like imagine a new starter set with new Easterling army and new Dale army or whatever. And the amount they're bringing into the game in this is huge. 16 profiles is tons and tons of new stuff. Whole new faction in the Bay Awnings, transformed factions in Dale and Dale in Easterlings, particular different ways to use your Iron Hills fun legendary legions.
I think it's definitely it's going to change. I think it's going to change kind of the landscape of competitive play as well as it's the cool. Like we're looking at it from the rule of cool like point of view, but I think there's stuff in there. There's a few legendary legions that are definitely going to start popping up at events for sure.
Which ones? What do you think's
I really like the evil ones. I think the two orcish ones are really good. With the ones that you just being able to put like the spiders with like venom and bat swarms in there with Mordor, and I think they're cool anyway.
I think you're going to see tons of Easterlings, but I don't think they're going to do as well as people think they're going to do. That's my thought on it.
They're the new hot thing, aren't they? So you're going to see loads. You're going to see loads of palanquins. You're going to see loads of frustrated people with palanquins. That's what you're going to see. How did it do? It's not moved. It's not moved all game.
Got stuck behind a rock. What's I'm just trying to think what we replaced. We're replacing Amder, right? Essentially, and Amder is.
Do you think Camul is going to still be a?
Well, not in the Legion.
No, I mean in general, like in Easterling armies. Do you think you're still going to see people rocking Camul on a Fell Beast over what options they have now?
Yeah, I think some people instead. It might take a while, but Camul with his horse is 145. So you're basically swapping him for the Dragon Emperor, right?
Yeah.
So you're losing out on 25 points worth of troops, I reckon, is what you're going to see people doing. And I think that's a good trade, but I think Amder brings lots to your army that he doesn't. I think he brings lots to your army that Amder doesn't. I think it's a pretty fair trade.
Yeah. It's just a different way of playing the army.
Yeah, so I think you'll see a lot of them. I think we will see a lot of bears in various. I think people will buy a lot of bears, but I don't think we'll see too many of them. Maybe. I think they're great, but I think people just find it hard to work them into armies. I think they'll be a very, very popular item, but that's not something we ever know about. I think they'll be.
Yeah, they're more. They're a hobby club army, aren't they? They're the kind of army that people play with their friends, and you're not going to see it at events really that much. Yeah, I think the Easterlings. The changes they've made to the Easterling army for me, I mean, you probably know because I've mentioned it before, and I've always had sort of Easterlings on the back burner since doing that painting guide for Easterlings years ago. Was when I did start painting them and just kept putting them down and picking them up again and putting them down. I'm like really want to get them finished now, just so I can play some of these lists with the new heroes. I've got these are still on my painting desk. Got the new heroes here. I've got all the stuff that's come.
I would hate painting that palanquin.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I ain't gonna lie.
I think it's a beautiful model, but I'm really glad I don't want it.
Well, when it came, my first thought was, I'm gonna send it off for someone to paint it and just pay someone to paint it. But then I thought, but I've painted the rest of the army.
Yeah.
If I had the whole army unpainted, I'd quite happy commission it out and just so I've got it for the channel. But because
I'd paint the dude, and I'd be great, and then I'd be like, that's a infuriating scenic base.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, I've assembled. Have you done an Uruk battering ram?
Yes.
Right. Try and get those 4 things. Is it 4 or is it 6? I think it's 6. You know, to carry it. But what do you glue first? Do you glue the guy to the thing? And imagine that with that thing on, it just makes me feel ill.
It's when things like that go together, but not in an obvious angle, or because you think this is like you say, this is the first piece I'm sticking on, and if it's slightly off, nothing else is going to fit.
Before you know it, your guys on this side of the base have got their legs flying up in you. The one thing I will say, the Forge World resins has been so good, the way they're cut up and things click together. So I do wonder if maybe our tech has come on far enough that there is only one place to put I don't know how it will attach, but the hands or the arms maybe.
Yeah.
So you can't glue them in the wrong place.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I saw that thing and I had like Narm-esque flashbacks to assembling the battering ram. I was like, nope. Anything where you have to glue 2 things into place, the feet have to be flat and the arms have to be in the right place. And you do the first one and then you just hope the next 5 are right. I think he's awesome. But yeah, I think the Orc ones are good as well. I think both of them are good.
Yeah.
I think there's lots of fun things for people to play with. That Goblin one, I think you'll see a lot. I think the Goblin one might be the little breakout one competitively.
Yeah. I think this is one of the first supplements that's come out where every list in it appeals to me for different reasons. The reason might be I've got the army and not really used it, or it's given me a reason to paint models that I've had sat there. I'm able to easily field, obviously not the B Awnings one, but the rest of the Legendary Legions.
I'm almost the opposite. The only thing that is in any way anywhere near my ballpark is Dale, but I'm about to do those now. And then I do like the Bay Awnings, but all the Easterlings and the Orc stuff just doesn't. I think it's awesome, but I'm not going to be using any of them. So it's nice to have some new Dale toys. That's going to be my June and July painting product.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to those, and I'll be, as I said, I'm using that whatever it is, Defensive of Errorboar Legion. Yeah. Hopefully at Warhammer on double, so it'd be good to get those toys on the table and play with that. And then maybe play with the Bay Awnings at some point in the future.
There's a chance. I fully had in my head that, because I'm at doubles as well with Matt, and we were going to bring Dale, but obviously you bagsed it and started
get your own damn ideas.
Started telling me off when I said I want to bring it. So I was like, right, okay.
It's an exclusive idea that I've had no one else.
So then I thought, right, Easterlings, which I really want to do because I'm putting a lot of time into painting the army, but at the same time, I want to play something cool that's going to be fun, and seeing them two evil orc and monster Legendary Legions, and I could. It wouldn't take much for me to whack. Paint a few more models and have them ready to go.
I think they would be both cool and fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun. I don't think they'd win a lot, but I think it'd be fun to play, and people would enjoy playing against them as well, I think.
Sexy chat's back.
Yeah, I know. I've tried deleting him. He loves it. He's a big Middle Earth fan. He's on the circuit.
Glenn Seymour thinks it's a solid 8 or 9 out of 10.
Nice.
Ross thinks Ratabi's going to be most Eastling armies. Yep, very cool.
Yeah.
But then if you're getting, this is what I mean, if you're getting Ratabi and you're getting Amda, you're not getting the Dragon Emperor. So all the people getting so angry about the Dragon Emperors. Enigmaya is stripping an Ram at the moment that someone used orange yellow glue off the base, and oh my god, they use an unholy concoction. It's the only way to make it stick. The only way to make that thing glue is to somehow balance it together and then just pour glue over the whole thing, just squeeze it, just a whole bucket of PVA and then a few super glues, and then leave it for a month. It's the only way to be sure. And Thomas Sherlock says, "Evening guys, has joined at the worst possible moment." And Game Radic Frank said, "I'm just happy they put back some of the Mario models that have been out of the print for so long." Yeah, the returning to range will make a lot of people happy, particularly the Mario range. Black Shields, Prowlers, Dragon, Marauder, the Shame is wicked
I think
stuff.
Probably one of the most welcomed back to ranges releases that they've done for a long time. Because they were ones that were always sort of really hard to find, and if you went on eBay, were stupid money. So and a lot of people wanted them, like Marauders especially and stuff like that. You couldn't get them like hen's teeth for a long time.
And the Dragon's been a big demand.
Yeah. Ross is asking, have I opened the Emperor? Not yet. He's here. Well, I did have. Yeah, he's under the book there now. I'm going to be doing filming an unboxing. I was going to do it tonight after the stream, but we've ran over slightly, so I won't be doing it tonight. Maybe do it tomorrow, release tomorrow evening or Tuesday. We'll see how I do for time. But it is coming. Don't worry. I think we'll wrap it up there, Damien.
We'll give it out of 10. What do you reckon?
Ooh, out of 10. I don't want to. I was going to say something that would be very untoward to say on a live stream, but I don't want to. I'm not going to go 10. I'll say solid 8.5.
Solid 8.5. Yeah, Quest of the Ring Bearer is 10 for me. I think that's
Quest
the
of
best.
Class.
That's the best supplement that's ever been done. I love it. So for me, I think for the amount I'll use it, it's probably going to be a 6 or 7. But I think for the amount people will use it, 8 or 9. I think I think it's wonderful.
Yeah. I think I would go in order of favourite supplements release. I'll go Quest of the Ring Bearer, Scar of the Shire, than this, and that's only because I'm a more narrative-minded collector, hobbyer player.
Yeah. I think this is a really nice balance to Fallen Necromancer, which had no new profiles and was clearly driven at. There's some nice match play legions in there, but there's a lot of hobby stuff in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of narrative scenarios. Whereas this feels like it's shaken up the competitive meta quite a lot. I think there's a lot, and the casual kind of match play meta. Not just the kind of feel, but there's a lot of new profiles and new ways to play and new ways to use their old armies in there. I think it's really, really cool.
The book is up for pre-order now, so you can get to Games Workshop and order your order, get your book in. Is it actual release this week, or is it 2 weeks?
Saturday.
So it's Saturday, so it's a week pre-order. I think after this,
they might start turning up on Friday. I think
Yes.
that's the previous experience. They start turning up sometimes the day before.
Yeah.
You'll be able to pick up in your shops in Saturday, but yeah.
And I think after Saturday you're gonna see it. That's the fun thing, I think, because I think for every event, probably after about 2-3 weeks, you're gonna start seeing things on tables and playing against things that you've not played against before, and cool stuff, which is always nice to do.
I like the Drake v Bay Awning idea. I think we'll have to do that. You'll have to wait for a few events to have a Drake fight at Bay Awning and see who wins.
If you have not had your fill of Defence of the North, I think now is a good time to say that our next battle streams in Middle Earth is a Defence of the North special. Damien, the dates?
The date is the 27th, so it's 2 weeks. Last Friday.
Yeah.
So about 12 days away.
Yeah.
Friday the 27th. It'll be 8:30 p.m. as always over on Battle Streams in Middle Earth. The theme is Defence of the North. We won't be doing this. We won't be going through the book. We'll be, by that point, if you think about it, comes out next Saturday, so people will have it in their hands for a week.
Yeah.
So it'll be more of our normal, casual, let's just have you can talk about it, you can tell us what you think. We probably will have promoted this stream a bit as a catch-up thing to watch. But as anyone who watches Battle Streams will know, every week you can win one of our dice, one of our Battle Streams dice, which I don't have here, sorry. And you do that by getting involved in the you paint what our theme of the week is. And for that one, it will be any new profile in the book or any model that's had a new model, any old profile that's had a new model because of this book. So it's mainly the 16 new profiles, which hopefully you'll have some of, because you've been waiting a year. Dane and Thorin would count, and the Acolytes would count, and all that sort of stuff. It will also include, if they're out, the new Rumill or the Black Dragons. Yeah, so new models for old profiles that have been released as part of this.
Yeah,
but not the return to range stuff. So that'll be our theme. So if you're painting along to that, we'll have a whip thread, and one of you paint along to that will be Ducks in the Draw. Will you be on theme, Steve? What do you reckon?
Probably, yeah, because I've got a lot of stuff to paint from Defence of the North. So probably I might have the Planquin on the go. Who knows? I'm going to put a link in the chat now for Battle Streams. If you are not aware of it, Battle Streams Middle Earth YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to this one, make sure you do, and go over to Battle Streams and subscribe to that one. And join us, because if you've not done, I think you'll have a ball of a time.
I think I'm going to be doing the Knights of Dale or my Dale Banner Bearer.
Very nice. Very
That's
nice.
my plan.
I think we're going to call it there. Lockie's just jumped in. How you doing, pal? We're just finishing up. Good morning to you. I hope you have a great one.
It's the night. I just seen that. Hang on, there's a few more. Ross said best new profile. What do you reckon?
Oh, best new profile. Best new profile. I'm gonna go. I still really like Razgush. I think Razgush's profile is a good one. But you know what? No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say. Oh, I'm stuck between Bay Awnings or the Drake. I'm gonna go Drake. I'm gonna go Drake.
All right, well,
I'm gonna go Drake. I just have this image of chickens with a suit of armor running around a battlefield.
Hat,
I'm gonna go Drake.
Dan's watching. Let us know. Is the Drake wearing a helmet and carrying a shield? Please confirm. I'm
if he's not got a helmet, you remember the alien off the Warner Brothers cartoon?
Yeah.
If it's not a chicken with one of those helmets on, I'll be fuming.
Yeah, man, that's exactly what you're on. I love that you keep saying chicken as well. I'm worried that you think it's a chicken.
It's the egg thing. It's the egg. You know what
I mean? Yeah. I'm glad you've done that, because in that case, I will definitely go. I'm going to go for Bay Awning.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Bay Awning is a class. I can't say Grim Bay Awning because he's so close to Bay Awning.
Here's a question. Here's a think piece. If you hadn't seen the models, would you still be voting Bay Awnings?
Yeah, I think so, because
the models are beautiful.
I think they're the least expected thing. I think we expected buffs for Easterlings, and we expected buffs for Dale and Iron Hills and all that sort of stuff. But I think they're the one thing that you could honestly go, you're not going to get, Bay Awnings get mentioned 3 times in the book, and they're not described as being in those fights. Same with Grimbeorn. But he'd probably, I think Grimbeorn would win my best model so far.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
So that's the bit that I'm so mega excited about.
Yeah.
I think the whole Bay Awning stuff. So you know me, I love Mirkwood, mate.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
in Mirkwood, but they're by Mirkwood, so anything like that. So yeah, it's the Bayon stuff for me.
Yeah.
I love what they've done. I've loved that now. There's a Legion, and Bayon's got monstrous charge at last. It's wicked.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool.
Don Barnett, one of my top 7 Canadians, and I include Brian Adams in that. He says, "Great string guys had to run out and missed all the Legion Legions. I know all about moving or not moving the windlass, but do we? That's the question. We feel like we do, but perhaps not." Enigma is very excited about Quest of the Ring Bearer. And Joe Holzman has just ordered Ratabi and Borogir so he can build them during battle streams. We love it. Lockie loves the battle streams as well. And yeah, Phil's going to get in touch about watching all that. Don't feel like you have to.
But that's it. We are going to call it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. We did run over, but as we always say, the time went nowhere. It's always a pleasure. And yeah, we will see. You'll see me in a video for the unboxing of the Golden Emperor. Whatever is it the Golden Emperor? I keep forgetting his
Dragon Emperor.
Dragon Emperor. That's it. Who's the Golden Emperor? That's a film, isn't it?
It's a guy you made up.
Yeah, I just made him up. Keep your eye out for that unboxing. It will either be tomorrow evening or Tuesday. And then there is actually, we've got a really on topic battle report coming, which Reese Taylor was in with Easterlings in it. So that hopefully will come before the Battle Streams episode. But if not, join us then. We will see you there. We will have drinks, we will eat food, we will be merry, and we will talk about toy soldiers. Thank you, Damien, for jumping on and helping with this. Always.
I like to pop onto the top table gaming once every 2 years or so. That's nice to swing it. It feels like home, but it's not. It feels a bit dirty. Yeah. It feels like I'm cheating on you with you.
This is But yeah, it's been great. Thank you, guys. We will see you, like we said, it's just under 2 weeks now, isn't it? So we'll see you then. Take care, stay safe, enjoy the book, and yeah, let's convert all those naysayers because there's a few of them out there apparently. Take care, people. Bye bye. Okay.